This show is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. Therapy isn't for when you're at rock bottom. It can help you avoid hitting rock bottom. Life can be hard, but having tools to cope will help when the curveballs are thrown your way. Visit betterhelp.com/allies and learn the tools to help you navigate when things get hard.
Hello, welcome to the Easy Allies podcast. I'm Daniel Bloodworth, coming to you from Los Angeles, California. We've got a fun week of stuff to talk about. I'm joined this week by Michael Huber.
The Lord of the Rings.
Brad
Wait,
Ellis.
you're the Lord of the Rings?
Full of a toque.
I'm getting hyped.
Hyped.
I'm curious. I'm so curious.
And making everything happen in the control room, Isla Hink.
Melon.
Love that.
Friends, we're here to discuss this week's big video game headlines. We're going to talk about some of the most interesting game things shown off at Gamescom. Game developers are becoming video and podcast hosts, and Sony needs a little bit more cash for those PS5s. But before we get started, we need to choose a workout buddy.
Oh,
Let's do it.
Brad, you work out, right?
I do.
Do you ever work out with anyone in particular?
Yeah, him.
Yeah?
Mike Huber, yeah.
Dragging him in there?
Yeah.
Yep.
How big of a difference does that make to have a partner?
It can make quite a difference.
I'm holding him back though. I'm a burden at this moment because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. You know.
Sure.
So.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll get started on the right foot here.
That's not true, by the way.
So, Brad, you weren't here last week, but we have been tasked with training the one and only Dawn Romantica. D-A-W-N.
Okay.
Female character here.
Okay.
Each week, patrons will be submitting video game characters for us to work out with, raising Dawn stats with every session. It's up to us to choose the right workout buddies to guide her build and get her into shape for whatever adventures await her ahead.
Brad, apparently this is a reference,
What?
right?
Yeah.
It's a translation.
Yeah. Dawn Romantica is a
I don't-
reference. One Piece.
Dawn
One
Romantic.
Piece.
It's like
Dawn-
Romantic Dawn or something like that.
Oh, Romance Dawn?
Romance Dawn?
Yeah.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah, okay.
Seen every episode.
Yeah.
It's funny because
They don't call it that.
I just
don't?
Googled Dawn
Dawn
Romantica
Romantica?
in Google and it said 5:55 a.m.
They usually call it Romance Dawn.
Oh, so there's a city named Romantica then.
Apparently, it's dawn in Casa Romantica Cultural Center and Gardens on Friday, August 26th,
Okay.
5:55 a.m.
So we've got a bunch of submissions here. I've whittled it down to 9 from 26. Usually we'll have a little bit less than that. But so basically, when you hear somebody that you want to put your bid on as our workout buddy,
Are we a team here?
each person individually,
Okay.
then let me know. And then if there's somebody that comes up after that, then tell me, he's like, I'm changing to that one. So,
Oh.
okay, so.
Do I have unlimited changes?
Yeah, as long as we go through the list.
Oh.
No changing. Well, I guess you could change back at the end, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Change now.
Zach Wojnar submitted Duke Nukem. We'll be doing curls with free weights while smoking cigars.
Duke Nukem? Okay.
This exercise will raise our strength but diminish our lung capacity. However, the arms are the only part you need to work out. If you have toned arms, everything else can be ignored. This is a scientific medical fact. And of course, with every curl, Duke and Don and myself say, "Hail to the king, baby," while Bruce Campbell stands outside a nearby window and says, "Hey, that's my line." This will raise our strength +1, but diminish our lung capacity -1.
Okay.
Next up, from Red Sky, Jules, the gym owner in Wall Market from FF7 Remake. He's the best trainer you could ask for and already has a famous clientele list, so you know his workouts are some of the best.
I'm gonna bid on that.
All right, we got Huber.
Straight up, that's one of my favorite parts of that whole game. I love that place. It's just so cozy. I love the music. I love the mini workout games.
Yeah.
Oh,
So we work out. We're gonna have to start out with squats. Strong
Yes.
legs and thighs will pay off for our future workouts. Plus, who doesn't want toned glutes? Building up strength is one of the most important stats, and some would say the most important. Strong foundation is a must to build around. Jules' encouraging catchphrase is, your form's looking good. And that'll give us a +1 strength.
Sick. Yeah, I feel like statistically, Duke Nukem, because he has a -1, it should be like +2 strength. Because Duke is such a bruiser.
I'm limiting them to +1. Some people going crazy with like +20s and stuff. Like, no, +1. If you want to put minus for effect, sure. But +1s are where we're going to be on our chart here.
All right.
Our stat chart. From Dustin I, Jin Sakai. Workout, chopping bamboo. This exercise will raise our strength, specifically teaching us how to swing a sword. And he will encourage us by saying, do what's right for your family. +1 strength there as well.
Oh, well, definitely not Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
That guy is not clean working out. That guy's juicing up.
Yeah,
He'll hinder you. He's all about quick shortcuts and not longevity.
Yes, dude. Yes.
All right, from Tarttooth, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh.
Don will run through various zones as fast as possible with the goal of making it to the end without stopping or getting hit. Sonic will keep pace with Don while holding a platter of 10 chili dogs, all of which must be consumed before reaching the end of each act. Sonic may or may not assist. That's the eating part, not the running part. While running, Sonic will taunt Dawn and encourage her in equal measure, saying, "You're too slow!" And that would give us a +1 to speed.
Okay. Are those all the options?
No, we still got a couple more.
Okay.
Like I said, this is a long week to start us off, and then we'll trim it down. Morton Greenslit suggested Isabel from Animal Crossing. Isabel wants to help you start your new workout routine with something with not too strenuous. Jazzercise. Isabel will lead you and your villagers in a Richard Simmons-inspired workout with music provided by KK Slider, and that will give us a +1 to stamina. James Anderson suggests Goro Majima with knife fighting.
Oh, God.
+1 to agility. His catchphrase, "You're pathetic."
Does he teach you heat actions?
Doesn't say.
Not on the
says
thing.
knife fighting.
Okay.
That's a.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Philip Sykes
that's not right.
suggests, and Isla, you can get in here on any of these you want, by the way.
Yep.
Philip Sykes suggests Pokemon Trainer, workout activity, throwing Pokeballs, accuracy +1, but only in one arm. Encouragement, I choose you. From Dustin McNabb, Ronnie the Witch, activity summoning spirits for +1 to mind.
All right, obviously this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isla for Ronnie.
Watch what's her face show up though next. Blades of Mercy. Eileen, right?
the
Eileen
Crow.
the Crow, yeah.
I can see the list. So.
Yeah. And then her catchphrase, "You are not ready to behold the rune of death." All right. And then last option from Sam Joven, Ryo Hazuki from Shenmue. Activity, Hazuki-style jiu-jitsu training.
Yeah, I'm getting that. I'm changing that. That's yep.
Well, what's the stats?
I don't even care.
I don't care. I want to know them.
I.e., finding an empty parking lot and practicing our basic moves. +1 to strength. Let's become stronger for my father.
Sick.
Jules, did you get 2 stats from them?
No, there's nobody with 2 stats. I deleted any 2 stats, but yeah.
Now, is this the second week you've done this?
That was the first week that we picked a trainer.
Oh, okay. Trying to think of what stats this character has already, what we need to fill out and strengthen.
Yeah, no, we're baseline. We're at zero all the way across.
This is just who we're working out with this week, right?
Right.
Okay.
Next week we'll have a whole new round.
Do we have a character sheet prepared for I want to make a. Can I make a character sheet?
Yeah, you can't. I'm definitely gonna have a thing with it, keep track of it. But if you want to do something more
sweet.
elaborate, go for it.
I'm choosing Jules.
Choosing Jules?
Yeah, that actual working out.
Yep.
Actually in the gym with a professional. Martial arts, totally cool. Get it. But we're like actually
Dude, Rio's
doing
a
proper
pro.
workouts with this character.
Rio's a pro.
So we got Jules, Rio, or Ronnie. So we're all split, and there's nobody in the other room to give another vote.
I could ask Dawn.
You're gonna explain all this to Don?
No. Good call.
Yeah.
So yeah, convince me.
Convince me
Convince me.
about
Why should we go with your pick?
Oh my God, it's Ryo Hazuki. He practices mind, body, and spirit. He has a very good work ethic. He's very diligent. Is that the word? I always get vigilant and diligent mixed up.
He's both, baby.
Yeah, he's both. He's both, and he's got a stake in it as well. He's got motivation to train, to carry on his father's legacy, and I think that will enhance our training.
All due respect, though. All due respect.
He's sidetracked.
What does Don know about his father? We don't have anything to do with that.
Yeah, I don't think Ryo would talk about that either.
That's not our problem.
Carrying on the legacy of the dojo.
Well, sure.
I mean, we're like I'm going to assume like that this is a post Shenmue Saga Ryo, right? Like, where's the timeline here? Is he older? Is he younger? Like, martial arts master Ryo Hazuki, freaking like Sifu style.
Brad,
yeah.
convince me.
Oh, yeah, I don't have to assume anything about this character. Clearly, results are shown in-game with people actually there working out. Results, not hypothetical, nothing. Facts. That's what I'm arguing with.
Isla.
Well, first, Ronnie's got something that none of these other people have. 2 faces. Second, she could transcend death, sort of. Also, she got a great hat. And summoning spirits, I think if you have a strong mind, if you hone and sharpen your mind first, you'll have the clarity and the wherewithal and the determination to continue for future weeks. So I think that strengthening the mind first could be a wise decision.
Okay.
Ryo would strengthen your mind as well.
That's not what the chart says.
I think I'm gonna go with Jules.
That's right, you are.
Gonna go with Jules.
Results
Damn it.
speak.
They may
Shown.
get another chance in the future, but we'll see.
Good start.
Hell yeah.
Great start.
It's a good one.
So thanks to everyone who hopped in for round 1 there. Like I said, this will be quicker. We'll have fewer options next week. But wanted to get a broad look at all of that was submitted. If you want to submit a workout buddy, become a patron for $5 above and watch for the Love and Respect post, which I usually put up on Monday or Tuesday. Dawn is on her way to the locker room, and now we must answer for the mistakes we made in the last episode. Isla, begin corrections music, please. So this one, I just took it verbatim from what they wrote because it's a crazy story and like I was trying to follow the threads and look in on it, but it's wild. So remember last week we were talking about the car games, and then there's the Stunt Fest game and the Recreation game. Back in 2016, Bugbear, the makers of Wreckfest, had revealed Stunt Fest and offered players a chance to pre-order the game with the Steam key to Stunt Fest prototype. They expected an early access release in 2017. The next car game, which is now Wreckfest, was announced and offered in a similar manner. Stuntfest has since been abandoned.
Ooh.
The link on Bugbear's website for the game is 404. And now THQ is publishing their own Stuntfest with a completely different developer. Did THQ just take the IP and run with it? Am I not going to get the game I bought 6 years ago?
That's crazy.
I don't know how that follow-up is gonna get,
Wow.
but it's
Yeah.
crazy.
That is. Almost as crazy as the bias on your shirt. Now I know why you picked who you picked. Okay.
Can't take the loss.
Okay.
Can't
Sore
take the loss.
loser.
Yeah, whoa. Hijinks, dude. He's wearing a Final Fantasy VII shirt for listeners.
Yeah, he
Thank
is.
you for that.
Yeah, he is.
Amazon's series is not actually based on the Silmarillion. The Tolkien estate still has those rights. Everything in Amazon's The Rings of Power series is based on references within The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, particularly from the appendices.
Yep.
Or it's written specifically for the show, simply taking care not to avoid contradicting anything in Tolkien's other works.
So wait,
Don't
then
contradict it.
That just raises the question even further of how the Embracer stuff is gonna work with this.
I mean, they have The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, but they don't have the rest, basically.
Who does, Embracer or
Yeah.
Amazon? Yeah.
But do the appendices count
Yeah, because those are
that's in the book.
Yeah,
So now does Embracer like own this show?
They could do stuff.
they're the
based
ones.
around that
yeah,
time,
the ones
I guess.
that are getting the license money. I would think. Yeah,
Wow, crazy.
because they referenced that last week too. Yeah, in the thing. The larger floppy disks are 5.25 inches, not 5.5 inches.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, chat.
Okay, nice Google
All right.
search. Excellent.
Yeah,
But you feel real smart, huh?
yeah.
Blu-rays still often do include DVD versions as well as the digital versions, bundled together in the same package. We spoke about it as if that was something that was done for a period in the past, but Jurassic World Dominion, somebody had linked me on Best Buy. They're still doing it.
I went to
That's a specious correction.
Yeah, I went to a Best Buy like 2 months ago looking to buy a movie, and they're like, yeah, we don't sell physical movies anymore.
Yeah. Like,
Oh wow!
like-
Just
Yeah.
online.
Yeah.
I just said, remember when that happened? Because
Yeah.
none of us buy DVDs except
Yeah.
Dawn anymore. Blu-rays.
Yeah.
Oh, Huber does.
Who?
What was the last thing I got? I actually got the 4K of Heat. That was the last thing I bought.
That movie came out 100 years ago.
The 4K just came out.
100 years ago.
Huber, you were asking about Castlevania crossovers. Simon Belmont was included in Dream Mix TV World Fighters. Do you know about
What
this?
is
game? Do you
this?
remember this game?
No.
Okay, so this was
What?
out on GameCube only in Japan. This Konami put this out. It was like one of the earliest Smash Brothers clones.
Whoa.
And it also includes Bomberman,
Whoa.
Optimus Prime, Solid Snake, the
Dude.
Moai statue from Gradius, Tyson Granger from Beyblade, and Yugo Ogami from Bloody Roar, among others.
That
Damn.
is awesome.
How can
Top
we
10
play this?
corrections of the year.
We just
There
need to
it
get a
is.
Japanese copy. I have friends that had it back in the day.
I'm looking it up right now.
That is excellent.
Would we need a Japanese GameCube?
I have a Japanese GameCube, yeah.
Of course you do.
Of course he
yeah.
does.
Of course you do.
That's why I'm picky about like getting it repaired rather than like just using a Wii or something, because a lot of my games are Japanese.
Oh.
And then if you have a correction, leave it in the YouTube comments on either the public version or patron version of this podcast. Start with the word correction and leave a timestamp for the part of the video that you are correcting so I can get context for what we were talking about. End corrections music.
Boop.
All right. It's Gamescom.
Yeah.
The big convention in Germany is back live in person for Gamescom opening night live. They had a live audience. People are there. Not a lot of publishers are there. Mostly European-focused publishers, but like Nintendo and Sony, not really
Not there,
doing
yeah.
a whole lot there. Xbox really didn't have their own thing like they had in the past either. But we got the opening night live and we got a future games show, and people have been making announcements. We've been doing previews. So there's stuff happening. And we boiled down out of like, I think they had like 50 games in the future games show, and I don't know how many in opening night live. But we boiled down like some of our highlights, some of the things that we're most intrigued by and want to talk about more. First on the list, Lies of P.
Sick.
So yeah, what is this, Brad? For people
A very
who are
weird
not familiar.
concept. It is a Souls-like where you play as Pinocchio.
Yeah.
It's very wild. It's very much. I watched gameplay of actually this today. I saw IGN put like a
'cause it's at the
12-minute
floor,
video.
yeah.
I watched some gameplay. It sure does look like Bloodborne in a lot of ways,
Hell
including
yeah.
font and enemy movement
More
and
Bloodborne
attacks.
than Sekiro?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it definitely looks way more like that. But it looks. I'm very intrigued by this game. You know, Souls like I'm always, I'm interested. I never expected to be from software quality ever, and that's why I'm not super disappointed whenever I play them. But this one looks pretty high budget. Like we've seen some kind of in-depth cutscenes that I'm not used to from a lot of those types of games, and there's a lot of weapon types. The world looks cool. The enemies look really sweet. They're like weird robots that like shoot out oil whenever you cut them.
Oh, okay.
You got some crazy prosthetics with your Pinocchio arms, like a grappling hook kind of thing, and like a cannon. Like, looks pretty fun to me.
Nice.
Definitely.
Yeah, this is from NeoWiz in Korea.
Yeah,
Coming to Game Pass day one, which is
yeah, that's a nice pickup, definitely.
Yeah, this game's gonna be huge.
yeah. Shiver, yeah. So what do you think?
I was blown away by it. I have played a lot of Souls, like not as many as Brad, obviously, but played a ton, and some are good, some are better than others.
Yep.
This one though, just from like the gameplay, I watched a little bit of that too, and just the main trailer as well. Just like I really felt the impact. Like the combat looks really cool. Sometimes you'll get like really floaty combat in some of those games, or kind of just seems like it's kind of built around one thing, like I think Immortal Shell, there's that like hardened
one
mechanic
thing. Yeah.
And I just liked how many weapons we saw and enemies and environments. The environments are one of the biggest things that's really selling me. Like, please, yes, look like Bloodborne.
Right.
Yeah. It's also like one of the highest budget ones I've seen, not from Software.
Right.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like, because we get a lot of. I'm blocked by that B-roll. We get a lot of stuff that's like, oh well, if you're not gonna do it, we'll do it. But it's always like AA at best, This
Right.
one actually looks like when they showed the gameplay and stuff, I was like, oh, there's budget. This looks pretty good.
Feel
Good
the
lighting.
impact, Isla. Like the parry
Yeah.
specifically looked so cool.
The slowdown stuff makes me a little nervous, but like,
Sure.
not like gameplay engine problems, but like how they're slowing it down intentionally for action. But we'll see.
I didn't see any of that in the demo. I assume
Okay,
that's
maybe
like
that's
I assume that's if you're doing like a final hit to kill
Okay,
kind of
okay,
thing.
that's
yeah.
fine. Yeah,
Some
yeah.
good-
Like how
Rush.
Sekiro would do that when he'd finish off a
Okay,
boss or
cool.
something.
Yeah, that's fine. That stuff bothers me when it's like
Yeah,
in the
for
course
sure.
of normal gameplay.
Some craziness from the press email. The description of this is some things that I'm like, so far I'm not really seeing in the trailer or gameplay stuff. So I'm curious how it's going to play out. Liza P tells the story of Pinocchio as never seen before. As the puppet mechanoid Pinocchio, players will wind their way through the streets of a ruined city, crafting weapons from the materials found in the world, and interacting with the remaining few who manage to survive in this hellscape. The more lies told, the more human players become,
Oh,
with all the advantages and disadvantages it entails.
so your health goes down, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude,
If that stuff is well thought out and meaningful, like if I am in a position in this game where I have to tell the truth or lie and I like pause for a minute to think about it, that's all I need. That's all I need. Let me think about the choice and the consequences and the pros and the cons of doing such.
Yeah, I assume you'll lose like abilities if you go more human.
Yeah.
Like your arm maybe won't, it'll just be a normal arm now, so you'll lose a lot of that, but it's like, is there gonna be dialogue choices or something?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah, Liza P's features
Who are you gonna lie to?
profound
A
narrative
robot?
choices.
Geppetto.
Yeah.
Profound narrative choices and deeply customizable character progression to
Dude.
round out its RPG features.
damn.
It has to feel bad to lie though. Like
Yeah,
I need,
I want to feel bad.
if I'm lying to Geppetto,
Yeah.
it's gotta be intense.
Yeah.
Tirju Engi in our behind the scenes chat was on the floor of Gamescom today.
Nice.
Oh.
Said that the Lies of P booth was pretty small and the line didn't move very fast. So
Yeah.
they were not able to get in to play it, but cool that they have a presence on the floor.
It's really cool.
The apparently the Sonic Frontiers line was 2 hours.
Sounds like a trade show.
Yeah.
Modern trade show.
There you go. Anything else on that one? We move on?
No, I'm just gonna. It definitely looks better than I expected when I heard
Yeah.
about this game.
Yeah, because I feel
Same.
like at first,
like, what?
it's really easy to assume that it's like, oh, this is just like, it's because it's so weird
yeah,
Yeah.
that it's popular. And maybe that was the case, but now, like you're saying, it's like it's making a case for itself.
And just because there's been so many Souls-like, so it's like
Yeah.
the meme is, zombie souls, god souls, devil souls, everything's souls. So it's like, oh, Pinocchio souls. So it's like that level of skepticism, just like
Well, and
initially.
it's heightened even more by Pinocchio having gone public domain or whatever, because there are like 5 or 6 different Pinocchio projects right now. Like the Pauly Shore one,
Okay.
especially pops to mind.
Sure.
Have you not seen
What?
this?
No.
There's a trailer. Oh my god!
Is he Pinocchio?
Yes. Do yourself a favor. Look up
Holy
the trailer
shit.
for Pinocchio. I can't remember
In the
name
army
of it.
now. Is
But-
that Pauly Shore?
But he goes like
Dude.
his voice acting is unhinged.
Is it just Pauly Shore?
But like more feminine. He's like, but father, I've got the whole world to see, and it's like. It clearly done at his house during COVID. Like
Right.
nobody gave a shit. Like everyone's voice sounds different. It's incredible. Please look it up.
Damn.
I'm watching that immediately.
But yeah, then there's the Guillermo one coming,
Yeah.
and like 3 other, like a Tom Hanks one or something.
Wow. Huber,
Yo.
the Callisto Protocol
yes.
showed up, but it's got some mixed reactions.
Make sure. Oh, okay. I can see that because it's out of context, that combat scenario. I feel like, that is like not what people exactly want. I think with Dead Space, that action blasting. It was very action focused.
And it felt like a god mode almost.
It felt like yeah. And like
that was my problem with it.
yeah, and for this kind of game, like threat matters, resource management matters, and none of that can be felt in this demo. So I totally understand.
And the gravity
That.
gun grab thing seems like crazy powerful.
The stasis telekinesis thing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the first thing I was thinking.
It's
It's
like-
what is the downside to
You
this?
had
Yeah.
stasis in like Dead Space.
Yeah, you would have to
but
get the refills.
It's just a resource you
Which
have to
I'm
manage.
sure is in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in
Oh
this
yeah.
video,
You're not going to be able to just do that the
Yeah,
entire
yeah.
game.
Yeah.
But the video makes it seem like you
Yeah,
can.
of course. It's
Totally.
just a demo, but
Totally.
yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. The mutations are one of the coolest things I've seen from this game. Shades of necromorphs, obviously, from the old Dead Space team. And this is my favorite genre. Survival horror, stealth survival horror, as you like to say, Brad. It's really my favorite. And I totally get it. Again, not only the crazy combat, unlimited resources, but then like the slide thing.
The Tomb Raider water slide.
Yeah.
It was like really long
ramped up.
when you're watching a press conference, it's just, I get that. I feel like if I was gonna do it myself though, like it would be fun. I don't know.
Yeah, they're
Like
just trying
playing
to
that-
show you like in a exciting moment. They don't
Yeah.
playing like a really showing something that could be really cool by yourself, playing in the dark, like slowly creeping, could be awesome. But for a trade show, it's probably not the best thing to show on a live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People gonna be like, "This game's boring."
Sliding down the slide. Needed a Leon S. Kennedy quip. That's what I could have gone for.
Oh, sure.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I do think, the potential of the tentacle mutations
So cool.
It's really
is,
cool.
It's cooler than what we saw. Like,
Sure.
it's like I'm imagining the scenarios of like, that again, that like you get cornered and you can't finish a guy off,
Yeah.
and then now he's bigger and badder.
Yeah. Totally. And again, context is key. So like the water slide part, right? It's
Right.
like if I just spent the last 2.5 hours creeping through the dark, managing my resources, this is going to be a breath of fresh air, sliding down this water.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And why did you end up here? And
Yeah.
all of that too. Yeah.
yeah. So just
Looks awesome.
I can't wait, Blood. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
They're good or lucky for them. It's coming out before the Dead Space remake.
Right.
Yeah.
That's they're probably very happy about that.
That's a tough one. Yeah, those two
sure.
coming out back to back.
Yeah.
Brad, you wanted to talk about Sonic Frontiers. What are you thinking there? This new
Yeah.
trailer.
With Sonic, I notoriously always talk crap on Sonic because I love to do it. Because Sonic has been not amazing to me for so many years, despite me loving many of the older games. And with Sonic, my expectations are always very low, Bloodworth, very low, especially the 3D games.
Right.
But this one seems like it's trying something a little different in a way that I like more, not like making a weird Sonic character that I don't like. It's just weird. Enough of that.
That game, yeah.
But this is like, let's kind of try to take Sonic to a new approach. Like, the open world part is like, the idea that itself is not special, but I'm curious to see how they incorporate Sonic himself into this world, moving through it. Like, I don't care about the story at all about this game. I don't give a shit about any of that. I just want to see how moving Sonic in a new type of way plays out. And it's got the open world. It looks like it's got some of the more traditional level, like going through a level. So, yeah, I'm curious about it. I just want to see more.
Yeah. I'd be curious to see more of it with like everything unlocked, and they did show like the new the desert biome.
Yeah.
I like some of the attacks that
Yeah,
he
exactly.
shows off in that trailer.
Yeah.
Like those attacks
Yeah.
that you get over time. But yeah, some of the stuff with the open world is still, I think, kind of a problem. Like the enemies, I don't really like their designs.
Yeah.
They look like somebody like upscaled enemies from when you had really strict polygon budgets or something.
Blood,
right?
it's on
Yeah.
Switch, all right? Give it a break. It's doing its best, okay?
And there's a lot of things that are just sort of floating without.
Yeah,
feeling
absolutely.
Like they belong.
Oh,
there.
I don't expect this game to be amazing by any means. I'm just hoping it's cool and I enjoy it.
Last time we talked about it, I feel the exact same way. This is the most hyped I've been for Sonic in like 10 years. And you can watch I don't want to repeat myself, but it's because of the state of Sonic that Brad has been talking about, where the last time I was like really pumped was like Sonic Adventure 2 coming out. It was fine, like Sonic Adventure, that was kind of like when I started dipping out, was like after Sonic Adventure 2. And then I just like, played Unleashed, Generations, like have always kept my foot in the door because I'm a Sega kid. That's what I grew up with. Like,
hell yeah.
this is as hyped I've been since the Dreamcast for Sonic, and I just hope it's good. At least. Just good. Not insanely high expectations, but I just hope it's cool.
Blood, if this game's an 8, I will be
That would be the
over
biggest
the moon.
victory of all time. If Sonic Generations gets an 8 anywhere...
Frontiers.
Not
Generations. That's not
that was a long time ago. If Frontiers gets an 8, Brad, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm having a chili dog. We're going to Wiener Schnitzel that day.
Yeah, I'm getting a chili dog.
I know
Yeah.
none of us care about the story, but there's this weird little boy with like ice cream looking hair.
Blood, it's been weird, like making out with humans. It's been weird, Blood.
I'm your actions endanger the world.
I'm desensitized to anything weird Sonic's
There's
gonna
a shot
do
where
now.
Sonic looks like he has some kind of demon arm going on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amy's in a like glass ball.
Yep. Blood, it all washes over me.
Yeah. Yep. Just get Tails and Eggman in there and Knuckles. That's all you need. Just the crew.
Atlas Fallen. This is the sand game, the Gara hype.
Gara.
Huber.
Yeah.
Oh, we're joking the Sand Souls game?
Yeah.
Is this it?
Yeah. Because there's a point where like
Yeah.
he reaches out his hand and like the sand like rebuilds the bridge
Yeah.
for the caravan to go across, and then they just start fighting sand monsters.
That
But yeah,
sand is so mad.
that sand is so
That
mad.
sand is
Everything is sand related in this game.
Yeah.
There's like sliding through the sand. There's the enemies. The weapons are apparently infused with sand.
Yeah.
And they say it's semi-open world. It's from Deck 13, who made Lords of the Fallen and The Surge. And what was interesting is...
Wait. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, so CI Games is making the Lords of the Fallen. So CI Games
So they're not
and
making...
Deck 13 both work together on the first Lords of the Fallen.
Oh,
And then they kind of like
Interesting. I
parted
didn't
ways
know
and they're
that.
in their own things. But it's funny that like both of these games have Fallen in the title still.
Wow. This is like a showdown at this Gamescom thing. These
Right.
two games.
And they say...
Seriously.
Here's the email description. They said, glide the sands of a timeless land filled with ancient dangers, mysteries, and fragments of the past. Hunt legendary monsters using powerful shape-shifting weapons and devastating sand-powered abilities and spectacular superpowered combat. Target and gather the essence of your enemies to shape your own custom playstyle, forging a new era for humanity in a fully cooperative or solo story
I was going to
campaign.
ask about that.
So, shades of Monster Hunter in that
Yeah, it kind of
description.
sounds like it. Like fighting these guys and getting things to upgrade from them, I guess.
Yeah.
Co-op Monster Hunter in the sand? Sure, kind of thing. You said it's like semi-open world?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Which
it's
again
probably
sounds
just...
like Monster Hunter World,
yeah,
right?
just zones you're going in, yeah.
I get nervous of it's the reason Forspoken. I haven't watched the newest Forspoken thing. I heard it's really cool. But
it's from earlier today. or
yeah,
something,
my initial fear with Forspoken was like, everything just looks like sand and dirt. Like everything, everywhere. That's kind of my fear with this game, that just everything kind of blends together and
I can see that for sure.
yeah.
Well,
Especially how much focus they're putting on it.
sand and, yeah. Maybe they'll go like to dirt or something. I don't know, or soil, or different types of soil or something.
Yeah.
They didn't watch that caravan long enough. Rewatching the trailer, I realized that they fixed the bridge only for it to break again.
Yeah, it didn't do well.
One thing, even though this is a CG trailer, one thing I do appreciate is when a CG trailer shows moves that feel like they could be part of the game.
Yeah.
And they do have some
there is
gameplay at the
gameplay in
end.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gameplay looks...
The sliding on the sand looked really
Yeah.
fun.
I wonder how many
check it out.
people can be in a party.
Probably just 2.
Yeah, they do only show 2.
Probably 2.
For the most part. Yeah. But
Especially if they're like story related or something. Like they have their own stories, but I'll check it out.
New IP hype.
for sure. Isla.
Yeah.
One that just hit you right square in the gut. The case of the Golden Idol.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You actually played this and have an easy update coming up on it.
Sure did. Got to edit that tonight. But yes, let me finish turning on that B-roll. Yeah, this game is sick. We played it, like Blood said, for this weekend's easy update. Huber and Gabby and I just checked my DMs and got an extra level. Also. But we already shot it, so whatever. But yes, this game is very cool. Very Obra Dinn, if you like that sort of a vibe, like trying to emulate what it's like to be a detective.
Yeah. Well, and just like the visual style of like an old, like late 80s, early 90s kind of visuals with like a lot of like pixelation and stuff on the screen.
Yeah, everyone looks like a freak in this game.
Yeah,
in a great way.
Yeah,
Love
in the best way. And also, I was very surprised when the levels would like, some of the levels are bigger than you think they are. Like you click out a window and it like shows out the window, and you're like, oh, okay. Here's a bunch more clues to look at.
How does this thing with
really
dragging
neat.
the words around work?
So yeah, you when you find a clue, you can certain words are underlined, and you click on those, and it adds them to the little thing on the bottom. And so you have two modes. There's exploring and thinking.
Okay.
And so when you're exploring, you're picking up all the keywords, which are your clues, basically. And like a person's first and last name would be two separate clues, or like fell and ladder or whatever. And then in thinking, there are sentences formed out with blanks, and you fill in the blanks with the right words. So you'd have to say like, Albert Crosley fell off the ladder while reaching for a book or whatever, you know? And like, that's how you solve the mysteries. And it'll tell you when you've got them all right. And when you have two or fewer incorrect, it'll tell you that too. So that's my one critique, I would say, of the game so far, is that you can, if you get it to a certain point, you can kind of brute force it and just be like, okay, was it the window? No. Was it the door? No. Was it the trapdoor? Okay, cool, you know, and whatever. But like, I don't really know a way around that, so
Sure.
it's really cool. I'm anticipating it.
It would also be kind of fun if it could work a little bit more flexibly to where like you almost mad-libbed it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and the other fear with anything like this is like, is the game dev's logic similar to your logic? Because like some of the stuff is like, okay, clearly there's blood coming in there. That obviously has to be what happened. The other thing is a red herring, but like one of the other ones we tried was like, why did he do it? Okay, well, whatever. Like, I guess, you know. So hopefully there's not too much of that. But it's cool.
Another one you haven't got to play yet, but you had your eye on this trailer, is The Gap.
Hell yeah.
First-person narrative adventure, talking about deja vu.
Yeah. It looks cool. Huber, you're hyped on this one too,
Hyped
right?
as shit on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big time potential for emotional gut punches and scary things.
Your favorite.
Yes. Just playing with that idea of like memories and perception of memories.
Yeah, it looks like it could get really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And you know I love anything where like your perception of reality is getting messed with.
Yeah.
And this looks like it's going to be doing that
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot. It looks like it's going to be, you know, probably you don't maybe interact too much, one of those horror games where you're kind of just running, but who knows?
Yeah. Well, what is interesting is they talk about this idea that like deja vu is actually like linking you to some other world.
Yeah,
it's
to another
such a cool
reality.
concept.
Yeah.
Awesome idea.
Blood, I'm hoping it's like What Remains of Edith Finch, of kind of like transporting into these almost like, it doesn't have to be characters, but like going into these different scenarios that are
Hell
like
yeah.
Very
dramatically different. Weird name though. Weird
Love
name
the
for a
name.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a store. It's also a clothing store.
Probably shouldn't have named it that.
Like, as Gabby said, ungoogleable.
Ungoogleable.
You're right.
Yeah. We'll see how that fares out as they go forward.
Yeah.
The last case of Benedict Fox, I think every one of us.
Yeah.
Top
This is
tier,
doing
top
it for
tier.
everybody.
Top
Speaking
tier.
of going into other realms,
Yeah, so yeah, we saw like a really good long gameplay clip of this with a lot of the systems. If you're not familiar with it, it's a side-scrolling Metroidvania but then also has like this whole mystery and story to kind of unravel and puzzle out. So to me, it's kind of funny. This is almost like something I would come up with, like, let's mix an adventure game with an adventure game.
Yeah.
Because the same word was used for two different genres for the longest time. Until eventually they came up with Metroidvania and it's like, oh, okay, we'll just call that this. We don't have to call these adventure games anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like inventory, like kind of Resident Evil style puzzles.
Definitely.
It looks like piecing
Looks like
things
an
together.
economy as well.
Yeah, that you buy stuff from Harry Houdini.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd love that. I'm like,
Cool.
oh, okay.
One of the coolest lock picks I've seen in a few years.
Yeah.
I love video game lock picks.
Throw in some cosmic horror, good stuff.
Yeah, it definitely has that element going on because you have like some kind of beast or whatever. But they show this thing where like you get your abilities through like this tattoo artist. You pay for tattoos.
Yeah.
It's almost writhing in pain,
Yeah.
screaming.
And your abilities are because you have like a demon like
Yeah.
linked to you or something.
But the one that they unlock, it's still very Metroidvania style. It's like a slam and allows you to like bust through like, weak floors.
Gotta have stuff like that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But it's interesting to see that like those things are kind of based on like stuff that you can afford, you know, rather than just picking up in the world. So I'm curious how that's going to work out.
So hyped on this game. It
Yeah.
looks really good. Like
Cannot wait.
visually.
Yeah.
And mechanically.
Yeah.
Just like, I like all the upgrades and everything we've seen.
I wonder what famous historical person is giving you the tattoos, if any.
You've got a knife and a pistol, so there's like a mix of melee and range combat there. And then, with the little demon partner or whatever it is, you also have, you know, like kind of like when you're jumping and stuff, you have this. You see the tentacles come out now and then. And then, when you kill enemies, like that seems to be like like their enemies like tethered to the portals between
It's like
the normal world and the limbo is what they call it.
Yeah.
So it definitely reminds me of like Metroid Prime 2 or like A Link to the Past or different games like that where you go back and forth. I'm curious though how similar the environments will be because
If it'll be like light world, dark world, essentially.
right, because it doesn't feel like it is.
It feels like completely different areas.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it felt like going into the real world at one point versus,
We'll see.
The last case, so that's kind of scary. Might go down.
Right.
Or he
Shadow.
retires. One of the two.
Yeah.
You dead or you retired?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just happily leaves.
Big horror day.
Yeah.
Layers of Fears, Huber.
So pumped for this. This is great. This is a great idea. The first games are cool. I like them quite a bit. I like the first one quite a bit. But they're rough. They're a little rough around the edges because they obviously didn't have the budget. You know, it was like AA maybe it seems like, just the mansion, like the haunted, and like anytime a game is in a mansion,
Bonus
immediately
points.
in. Yeah, bonus points. But the reveal, Bloodworth, from the press release, you told me, was that you're playing as the wife this time around.
Well, in this chapter. So I'll read through the email here.
Yeah.
So Layers of Fears aims to unify and deepen the overarching stories connecting Layers of Fear and Layers of Fear 2, whilst also expanding on the story fans have come to know and love with original new chapters. And that's what this is one of the new chapters. So the final note, which is her chapter, focuses on a character that fans of the series have long waited to know more about.
Yes.
This new chapter will allow players to take control of the painter's wife, a devastated musician whose side of the story we are yet to hear in its entirety.
Sick.
Providing a new perspective behind the family's tragedy.
It's so cool.
But that's not all.
Oh, shit.
Those with keen eyes might have been able to spot an enigmatic lighthouse at the end of the trailer.
It stopped on that lighthouse for a while.
This is funny.
Yeah, I love the keen eyes. It
Yeah.
literally sits on it for like a minute.
This is a brief tease of a new location that will link together the stories of the first and second
That makes
games.
so much sense.
Diving deeper into how those seemingly separate events are in fact intertwined.
Yes.
Sharing a canvas in the masterpiece that is the Layers of Fear universe.
Nice.
Okay, like 20 seconds, not a minute.
Everything you said sounds on point. They have a vision and they are following that vision. I am not concerned. It's really cool because in the original, you hear about the wife, but from his perspective. So it'd be nice to
Like in journal entries and that kind of thing.
Yep.
What is the strength with Layers of Fear? Like, what is the thing that people should be looking at here? Because it's not like Resident Evil, right?
No,
Is it more-
it's you're walking a lot, solving puzzles. And there's not really any combat there. Atmosphere and story. You know, if you
It's like most similar to Amnesia, I would say, right?
Got it.
yeah, Amnesia is like way more like stressful and scary.
Yeah, for
This is like
grodier.
yeah, like this is horror, but in a different way. Like Isla's kind of horror, I feel like, where in mine, where it's just like deep regret and you know, you're thinking about the past and that kind of horror.
My favorite kind of horror is you deserve this horror. You know, like, you earned this.
Yes.
Yeah, you're a bad person.
You are a bad person. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Completely different direction. Goat Simulator 3. I've never really like put that much time into Goat Simulator. We've done some things.
Yeah, we just played
with
a
it
little
here,
bit.
But this game looks so fun.
Yep.
Especially now that like, being able to play around with other people and do all these weird mini games and stuff, and
Blown away.
yeah.
This was the biggest surprise of the show for me. I enjoyed Goat Simulator 1 as a novelty, you know, and this looks like just a very fun video game to play with friends. I cannot wait to just cruise around this with all of you.
And like so many different locations.
So many-
That's
Right.
the thing I'm most
Yeah,
excited
so many
for.
games, Isla. It's like,
And
what are we
the
even
mini-games
looking at?
that you can do anywhere you want.
Yeah.
Which is so funny.
Yeah, that was actually really funny because they have a part where they talk about there's like a destruction derby for whatever reason. You're not even playing as goats. You're driving
You're
cars.
in cars.
And they're like, oh yeah, you can do this in like some place that makes sense, like a wide open field, or it's like, oh yeah, you can just do it on anywhere, like on the side of a hill where it's
Yeah.
gonna be complete chaos and unmanageable. But go for it, do what you want.
I like the visuals too. I just like how everything looks.
Yeah,
And I like all the customization of the
the
goats.
goat. Yeah.
yeah. They have all of these different costumes. They say there's over 300 costume items.
Wow.
And some of them have abilities. So there's the jetpack, there's the fart boost, there's the laser eyes, stilts, lightsabers. There's something they show in there that looks like you're just like winding everything into a Katamari ball.
I'm very intrigued by the thing that they show in the trailer briefly that's just a woman's face.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you
like,
pick
what
up
is
you
that?
just pick up somebody's face.
Yeah, is
the
it gonna be like
implications?
Octodad when they just
Yeah.
think you're someone?
Totally.
So funny.
And yeah, when they show the multiplayer, like every single player has just got all kinds of mismatched nonsense on it. They say there's couch co-op in addition to online.
Nice.
Sweet.
Anything you can do in single player, you can do in multiplayer.
Great.
Which is great.
That's so clutch.
Yeah.
The local too. This is so good.
And then there's 7 different mini games. So we only saw, I think, 3 of them because we saw like the King of the Hill, we saw the head splat thing, and then we saw the car derby thing.
Like I joked that it's called 3 for a reason because it's like 2 sequels worth of content. Honestly, it feels like that big of a leap from Goat Simulator 1. Like Goat
Right.
Simulator 1's like proof of concept. Cool game, you know? But this just looks like on another level. There's just way more to do, to see, and co-op, obviously. So
It's a funny game, Hubert, because it's like if there's jank, it just makes the experience better.
yeah.
You know, it's like if your foot gets caught and then stretched out for like 20 yards, like, oh, this is
Yeah, it's kind of like a
hilarious.
win-win for them. Weird.
Yeah. And there's objectives in the first one, you know, I'm not devaluing that, but it is a way smaller game. So this just looks so much
Yeah.
more.
A new reveal, Moonbreaker,
Yeah.
from the makers of Subnautica, which you played Subnautica, right? Brad?
Both
Yeah.
of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
And Damiani did a preview. He got to check this out in a private presentation before the event. So check out that video to get some more details. But this cool like tabletop strategy concept where you're playing as miniatures and they actually look like miniatures and you get to paint them and all this. And yeah, Hubert, what do you think seeing this?
I'm very, very optimistic about this game. This looks like a peak Blizzard game. Like when Blizzard was making good video games many lifetimes ago.
Well, what's funny, Blizzard showed off that like Warcraft miniatures mobile game or whatever. This looks 100 times better.
100 million times better, yeah. And it just looks so solid, like mechanically. Like I'm ready to collect and organize my team, strengths and weaknesses, and just get in there. Like I'm just really optimistic about this, and I feel like I'm ready to get addicted, you know? So that's it. It's more of a wait and see, you know, see how the balance is, see how hard it is to collect new pieces. There's like a lot of that underneath the hood that I would need to explore more. But just the visuals and the battles, and obviously painting all of your
painting looks crazy.
all of your things.
There's
like,
so much detail.
There's
like
so
the
much
layering
detail
and stuff that they allow in there.
Yeah, like it's really promising.
The thing that floors me that I didn't know, because obviously I knew that Damiani had done that preview, but like Brandon Sanderson is involved in
Oh,
it.
right.
Like,
Yeah, the lore.
who wrote Mistbreaker or whatever, and Stormlight Archives and whatever. It's just like, what the hell? Like, I was losing my mind.
Yeah, I noticed you've got some of those books just there in the room with you.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I listened to all the audiobooks. It's nuts.
Yeah, it just and to me like it feels like such like a passion project.
It really does,
Like,
and
they
that's what
love
it's
this
speaking to
concept.
my heart and my soul blood. That's why I'm so
Mistborn.
optimistic. Thank you for saying that. Yes, that is it. It feels like passionately made by people who want this game so bad, and yeah,
you know what they could have done, like a Subnautica 3 or done something in
Yeah,
space.
it's
or
very
just,
different. Yeah.
and that series like it really blew up, right, Brad? Like
Yeah.
people are very very into
Yeah,
it.
people
so
love
it's like this
Subnautica.
is not just the safe route. They probably are making a Subnautica.
Yeah, they
3
probably will,
down
but
the
they
road,
probably want
too.
to do something different, and I don't blame
Yeah.
them. I think it looks interesting. I'm not as high on it as everyone else, but it looks cool. I wish the miniatures, and I get this why it's like this. I wish they had some more animations and like a little more dynamic movement to them. They are very stiff, and I get that, and I understand why they did. I just wish they felt a little more alive, I guess, sometimes.
Sure.
But it's not a deal breaker. It's just a personal preference for me. But I'm really curious to see how like
It's a
what
Moonbreaker.
gameplay is like actually, like what tactics
The
things
flow
are,
of the
what
match,
the
yeah.
flow of the match, like what units do, how they interact, how you get new units, how they balance all of that. That's what I'm curious
a
about.
lot of questions on that game for sure.
But yeah,
I
cool.
heard
The
the
painting
thing-
looks sick too. Like that's really rad.
Yeah.
The thing they said about like having to pick your team out in the beginning and stuff has me really excited because like the idea of choosing and forming your team like that. Like
Yeah.
in Warhammer, you have like points that you spend on units. So I wonder if they'll do it like that.
Yeah, probably.
Like, better
That's
units.
fun.
cost
Units are worth more,
points,
yeah.
It's interesting. Mistborn. I said Mistbreaker or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Mistbreaker.
Just misspoke.
Yeah. And speaking of breaking, like I like the animation, like when a unit's defeated and it's
It
just
breaks
like
apart.
a piece of
And the-
ceramic that just busts.
The flamethrower looks really sick too.
Yeah.
Just blasting that thing, and the character like moves back.
But that's the thing though, like even
cool.
the flames almost
Yeah.
look like there's some kind of resin or ceramic.
Yeah.
They're not just fire.
Yeah.
Real quick, I wanted to look it up to confirm, but my memory was correct. Goat Simulator started as a joke prototype.
There it is.
They just kept going with it.
I love stories like that.
Yeah.
One that I think looks really cool, Phantom Hellcat
Yeah.
was revealed.
Yeah.
And so this is a character action game set in like a theater kind of setting, and you see like
Great
all
setting.
of the things rigged and stuff in the background.
Moonbear King, Brad, shout out.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
the Puppeteer vibes.
yeah,
for
it
sure.
obviously reminds me of, or everyone of Puppeteer, definitely.
It looks so cool.
Also, kind of has some like Devil May Cry.
Yeah, it's like a weird mix of a 2D platformer with like 3D hack and slash combat.
Yeah, because there are things that look a little bit more 2D. I'm curious like how restricted you are in those moments. Because then, when you get into an arena and you're fighting,
Yeah.
it's fully 3D.
Yeah, like if it's fighting's only in 3D, or are there 2D parts where you're fighting guys?
Yeah, like Don't Make Cry if it locks you into a.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
there's scenes like that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff from the email here. It is a love letter to the generation of games full of dynamic props and armies with more than 1 million troops. Referencing that 99 Nights there.
I forgot about that game.
We will take you to the golden age of slashers, which defined the console gaming experience a decade ago. And then some of the lore here. Jolene, a rebellious young woman, accidentally frees a great evil previously trapped within a cursed theater. Channel the mysterious powers of character masks. That's what we remember pointing out those masks. To slice, dice, and platform through morphing 3D, 2D worlds. Knock foes around the environment to bring a set wall crashing down or launch opponents into the band pit with sets based on stories from pop culture like Dracula.
Oh, okay. So actual stories.
Fun.
Okay.
Dracula.
So, yeah, it's like you get different theater productions. And
Think
Yeah.
Zobek's gonna show up?
Who?
Zobek?
Oh, he's Zobek? Yeah. Yeah, Zobek will be there. Game looks sick, but I'm very curious about it.
I don't know if we'd call this a highlight, but it was definitely memorable. Brad, you want to talk about the Kojima podcast?
Oh, dude. I mean, I don't have a problem with him doing a podcast. I think that's actually interesting. It could be really cool. Just like, dude, he came out at like E3 time and he's like, I'm working on games. Bye. And that was it. And this time he's like, hey, Gamescom. Hey, Jeff. Thanks, everybody. I'm launching a podcast. And he claps for himself. I was like, dude, this is Pete Kojima just so into himself right now. And he goes, okay, bye. And that's it. You're like, okay, cool. Thanks, Jeff, for putting that on. Really appreciate that. Just throwing a bone to his buddy.
Yeah.
Totally.
But we learned through the email that Jeff is actually involved in this thing. Did you know that?
No, but it makes sense.
Yeah. So the podcast is going to be called Brain Structure. It's a Spotify exclusive podcast. Launches September 8th. And then it says Kojima will unravel the genius behind Kojima's ideas and creative thinking as he discusses a range of his favorite topics, including games, movies, books, art, philosophy, and the social landscape. Heavy stuff.
Yeah.
This audio talk show will
Always.
invite both distinguished domestic and international leaders as guests, as well as top creators from a variety of backgrounds such as business, technology, and entertainment as they come together with Kojima to discuss and dive into compelling themes. The show will also regularly feature Jeff Keighley,
There it is.
a close friend of Kojima's, and prominent Canadian gaming journalist and TV host, who will bring the latest updates on gaming and technology within a special segment. In addition, Japanese music creator Michiharu Shimoda, aka Silent Poets, known for producing the closing theme for best-selling game Death Stranding, will be creating an opening theme for Hideo Kojima Presents Brain Structure. And there's a lot more.
That
all
is
there.
the most flex little detail at the end that is like so unnecessary. It's gonna be like a 30-second theme song, probably. Or like,
Bloodworth is just like, man, we're at a gaming show and we're announcing podcasts now and we're talking about Pikachu cars, I guess, now. I'm
Pikachu
just like,
car.
dude, it's a 2-hour
That's the kind of
show.
thing it would
2-hour
be at
show.
Gamescom. That's the kind of thing
cut it down.
you would see on the Gamescom show floor. I think people have even like
Yeah,
been up
on
to
the
it, checked it
floor,
out.
maybe.
I heard there are like 4 of those cars scattered throughout the floor.
Yeah, because there's 11 different floors basically.
And it's like, I
levels.
get it. You got to pay the bills, Jeff. I
Yeah.
get it. But it's
Well,
like,
but that's what I'm saying though. Is that's not necessarily a Jeff game or Jeff thing. That could be a Gamescom thing.
the car?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because you know how Gamescom was in there like
Yeah.
giving their awards for most
Oh,
anticipated,
yeah. You got to
whatever,
stop
and-
doing that,
part
too.
of the deal
Yeah.
for Jeff
They
to
were
host
filming it on the Gamescom floor
Yeah.
next to the car, for
Yeah.
sure.
It's just, yeah.
Super hyped, and will watch the Norman Reedus episode.
Yeah.
For sure.
Definitely.
For sure.
Do you
There'll
think
be
he'll be
a
on
game.
the first, or do you think they'll wait a little?
They'll
bit?
wait a few. They'll wait a few.
Guillermo's got to be
So he
on
can-
there.
And the Guillermo episode.
He can
obviously.
reveal more secrets about Death Stranding, too.
Yeah. Seriously.
Except without knowing that that's
Yeah.
what he's doing. I think I was in some kind
What?
of game where
Yeah.
I like, I don't know, I blow up the president or something.
They announced Death Stranding's coming to PC.
Game
before
Pass.
that. Yeah.
But I don't think it's director's cut. I think it's just.
Oh, you think it's the regular?
I think it's
coming
just
to Game Pass?
regulars. Yes.
Interesting.
That's weird.
That's
Yes.
really weird.
Well, Sony owns that IP. I'm pretty sure, so I don't know. I could
yeah,
be
I
wrong,
think
though.
they do.
I think they do.
505 is
Correct.
publishing the other versions, but yeah.
I think they published the
I don't know
PC
how all that
versions.
is wrapped up.
I don't know
Everyone.
either. It's messy, but I think it's just the regular version of the game.
Googling Death Stranding owners, Sony Interactive is what pops up.
Yeah. Such a weird deal, the way it all fits together. So what are we seeing at the Game Awards, Brad? What's Kojima going to have? We're getting a cooking show?
A cooking
Is he going to flip houses?
The director's
I don't
cut is
know.
already on
Is he going to give travel advice?
He's going to do whatever.
I mean, I might want Kojima's travel advice.
Maybe, yeah. At this point, Kojima can do whatever he wants, and people will be down for it. So,
Or
He'll show a
is it the
teaser.
opposite? Is like, are we going to just like hand wave anytime there's a mention of Kojima until he actually shows something?
yeah, he's going to show up again. I'm making video games. Bye.
Was Death Stranding 2020?
2019.
2019.
Yeah.
19. Yeah. Teaser for sure for the next one.
Or whatever game he's doing now, if it's not Death Stranding.
Yeah.
He said games.
Yeah. he did
Teaser
say multiple
for
games.
sure. Well, at least for a game he's working on, we'll see a teaser.
Oh, I think the rumor was it's like called Overdose or something. The
Oh.
game, yeah. One of the other games
Sounds-
with Xbox,
Right.
if it's Xbox only. But
Well, yeah. And then like you said, Norman Reedus had slipped.
yeah, about Death Stranding
Death
too.
Stranding
We're doing
sequel.
another one because he's from the film and TV world. It's
Yeah.
like they talk about stuff all the time.
Yeah.
I would love if Kojima actually brought like some smaller like 4 or 5 hour game.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love that.
Because
That'd be
like,
great.
you talk about like, oh, it's like been 3 years since Death Stranding. It's like, man, it would be cool to get some other like smaller,
Weird,
wackier ideas out
yeah.
there from Kojima.
And like MGS4 to MGS5 and to Death Stranding, it's just like these big games. Big.
Yeah, if he just put out like PT-sized stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just
Or
thinking
Or
like
Zone of the Enders.
like Annapurna.
Dude,
Zone of the
Zone
Enders.
of the Enders, dude.
Like, dude, if he makes another like mech game, today's gaming technology,
And it comes with a demo for Death Stranding 2.
yes,
Everyone bought Zone of
Seriously.
the Enders for that demo.
that'd be awesome.
It comes for another Silent Hill demo, but it's never planned to make a full game. They
PTs.
literally just made a demo again. That's it. They never planned a next game.
Yeah.
I think he tweeted about PT a little bit ago, actually.
Yeah, I think he
Like,
did, 'cause it was like the
right?
anniversary,
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
that. Yeah.
It's like, oh shit.
Because he was honoring like the anniversary of it.
Yeah.
With however many years it has been.
Wild.
Oh, wow.
And I think he just had a birthday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he's
like the day after.
59 or something.
Yeah,
Happy
he
birthday.
said it's been 8 years.
Living the dream.
8 years since PT.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wild.
He tweeted about it on the 12th.
Yeah.
Who else is starting to get into the content creation game?
This is very
Masahiro
surprising.
Sakurai
Yeah.
has a YouTube channel now, and he as he does, he teased his way into this. So earlier this week, he's been doing like a Smash Brothers screenshot every day
For like years,
since
right?
like December 2019.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he was like, "This is gonna be the last shot, but tomorrow."
What was the shot?
It was like a Smash Ball or something above like one of the levels. It's just very simple but kind of like emblematic.
Very cool. Very cool.
And is that tomorrow I'm gonna have something else? And like everyone's like, oh, what's it gonna be? What's the next game? What's he doing? And then he opens his YouTube channel, and it seems like okay, whatever. Maybe I won't care, but like this is like
Yeah, I need to
nailed it.
watch it.
It's good stuff.
Cool.
It is
That's awesome.
really good stuff. Like very bite-sized, like developer insights.
Is it him talking like how he kind of talked like on the Smash videos, like him sitting somewhere and talking
yeah,
to you?
but it's like he's done it so well because like one of the videos is 4 minutes, the other is 5 minutes, and he's talking about having
length.
like different categories where he'll have like a series, like different.
Oh,
series.
okay.
And so
I wish I could make 4-minute videos. Shit.
yeah,
Dude.
and there's so like it's crazy to think it's that short because you feel like you've actually learned something in the process of just like 4 or 5 minutes. So the first one that I watched was in what he calls the design specifics category, detailing the importance of what he calls the hit stop. So you hit something and then like time kind of stops.
Yeah.
And he's talking about the importance of different effects. And then he like actually not only does he like show it like in his games, like in Smash Brothers and stuff, but he like goes through all of these different games and shows games that do it and show games that don't do it.
Wow.
And then he also like actually like I think he like edits the footage or something to show like okay, if we added it to this game, here's how different it would
Wow.
look. And he was talking about how like a lot of like bullet hells and stuff like that back in the day, you know, like you just, all of a sudden you're dead and you don't know why.
Yeah.
And it's because like here, if you put in the hit stop, you see the moment when you got
happening.
hit, you know what mistake you made. And just showing just like how much, not just like a sense of impact, but just how much feedback that gives back to the player to get better.
Nothing like that Bowser drop kick.
Dude.
Feel that hit stop.
Yeah.
That's a really cool. This is super rad that he's doing this. I
And then
love
the,
this.
The other one is what he calls it, game concepts category. He's basically going to be walking through like all the games that he's made. So he starts with Kirby's Dream Land,
Wow.
which he was like 19 when that game was made.
This is awesome because he just like worked permanently for the last like bunch of years on Smash Bros. Like
Right.
he didn't sleep, he didn't eat, he didn't go outside. He just worked on Smash Brothers. So this feels like such an awesome way for him to just like chill out and talk about what he wants to talk about
Yeah.
and just like passionately talk about all
he's
the
like
games.
An
It's so
extremely
awesome.
famous game creator, director, whatever.
Yeah.
Now he's a YouTuber. You're just like, what?
Yeah. But again, it's like he's talking about like why Kirby was made the way it is.
Yeah, just
Incredible
super
Why it's
insight.
easy,
Insightful
you know, in
stuff.
some ways,
Yeah.
but not in others. You know, and just like going through like all of that and comparing like,
Damn.
you know how like he even had like really good graphics in there of like, you know, action games were this way, you know, because you know they had limited amount of memory or whatever, you know, and then RPGs you could just keep fighting and like just worry about the stats and the numbers, but you know, an action game it's like, well, you run out of memory, so you just got to make it really hard so that people feel like they're getting their money's worth.
Yeah.
And all of this stuff, and again, like going in and like showing like
Dude.
footage of Ninja Gaiden and all of these different games.
So rad.
I wish more devs would do this now.
It's probably going to start now that he and Kojima have started doing
Branching
it. I can
out.
imagine more people will.
Yeah.
Like this is the beginning. Feels like more people do this. I would imagine like studios doing it. I know some studios have their own podcasts
Right.
and stuff, but I can imagine it expanding.
Yeah. It's just one of those things where it just like it feels so well done and doesn't waste your time, you know?
So sick.
I also
Expect nothing
like
less.
I really like the clean graphic design of his channel too.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah. It
One of the
gives me
best in the
very
biz.
like Iwata asks kind of vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like marketing or something like that, like so many
Exactly.
other
Yeah.
maybe game companies' podcasts would be. It's just like him teaching you stuff about
Yeah.
video games.
It's like we're a little fly on the wall
Yeah.
in his
Yeah.
in his brain, you know?
Yeah. And just I think too like the comfort and the relaxed nature and
Oh
the
my God.
confidence
So,
that he has.
So cozy with
it
Sakurai.
makes it so effective.
yeah. Thanks, Sakurai.
Yeah.
Thanks for putting Cloud in Smash.
Thanks for everything you've ever done.
Yeah, thank you.
You're just giving the world good stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to keep going here real quick, but if you've been enjoying the show so far, please take a second to like and subscribe and ring the notification bell. It helps us. It helps you stay connected. And we're going to get on with the show. Huber, July NPD time.
Oh!
Woo!
July.
Yeah.
Dog days of summer? Or is that
The dog
August?
days.
July? July's probably like prime summertime.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, 4th of
Absolutely.
July, all that.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
The dog days of summer are from July 3rd to August 11th.
There it is.
Oh.
So we are
I-
out of the dog days.
I did not know the dog days were
The dog
that
days-
specifically defined.
Yeah.
The dog days are over.
But for these MPDs, these are from the dog days.
These
Yes.
are from the
Yes,
dog
the
days.
dog era.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, these come from Matt Pescatella at the MPD group. Some general stuff before we get into the top 20. Hardware still sort of in the same range in terms of like PS5 still leading dollar sales, Switch is still leading unit sales. But
They got to just bump that price a whole bunch.
yeah,
PlayStation did.
PS5 and Xbox Series dollar sales each experienced double-digit percentage growth compared to a year ago.
Say that one more time. Say that one more time.
So double-digit growth versus last July.
Got it.
So
For hardware or software?
hardware.
Got it.
Yeah. But the top 20, we've got 3 new games coming in July. Huber, what do you think took the number 1 spot?
We're starting at the top.
Yeah.
July.
What hit there? What knocked everybody out of the park in July.
I'm pretty sure I know this, so I'm not going to answer.
Damn it. I'm so bad at this. July, dude.
My memory goes blank instantly.
Every time,
Like,
yeah.
I'm like, we've played every one of these. Probably.
Elden Ring feels like 4 years ago.
It was, dude.
Like July feels like last year.
We've gone through the dog days since then.
Gotta think about stuff that's real big. Maybe slightly unexpectedly big, but huge right now. Everyone's playing.
Everyone's playing.
Multiverses?
Multiverses.
Are you serious?
Multiverse is number one. They say
Holy
they have
crap.
20 million players now.
Wow.
Wow.
The Founders Pack is what I think sold. A lot of people bought
Yeah.
in it, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Number one, dude.
Number one.
Multiverses. Yep. Top to Elden Ring.
Yeah, that scares me. It sends the wrong, like, good game, cool, whatever, but it's just like more metaverse stuff.
Yeah.
Just more.
I don't think
more,
it's
more,
not
more.
necessarily in that sense. I think it's
Yeah.
for fighting
Yeah,
games
it's not really
too.
a metaverse. but-
Yeah.
Just like all the IPs in one
I see,
thing
yeah,
is
yeah.
like such a thing, you
Yeah,
know?
of course it is.
Yeah.
I think like they're more gonna see like microtransaction battle pass kind of stuff as the
Yeah.
Yeah.
takeaway.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure.
So we got 2 other new games in there. Another one that's pretty big, but maybe you wouldn't expect to be high on the list. What do you think?
Can't be Stray.
No, that was before.
Yeah, because that was like plus.
And I think that might not have a physical version.
Xenoblade 3?
Xenoblade
Brad's
coming in at the
crushing
number
it.
4 spot.
crushing.
Oh,
top,
4?
and
Okay.
topping the Switch charts. this
Well,
month.
good for them.
Yeah, and that does not include digital. Nintendo
Yeah,
doesn't chart
they
for
don't do digital.
So that's physical only. Hit up at number 4, above Call of Duty Vanguard, above MLB The Show.
A physical edition of Stray has been announced.
Nice.
It's coming out. It looks like in September.
Got it.
GTA 5.
GTA 5. Well, that wouldn't be new, but
What number is that?
I don't actually think GTA 5's in the top 20 this month.
Whoa.
Could be wrong, but no, I don't think it is.
What?
What fresh hell is this?
Throw it at us.
Yeah, the other new one is Digimon Survive.
Would have never
I'm
guessed.
Coming in
I'm
there,
surprised
number
by
8.
this kind of.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that
It also only
popular.
had like a couple of days. It came out right at the end
Yeah,
of
I
the
didn't
month.
know there was a huge demand for this game. Digimon fans, damn.
Yeah.
Better show up for One Piece Odyssey then when it comes out. God.
Serious. It will.
What are some oldies you think made it in here? Who's still hanging
Mario
around?
Kart,
Oldies?
Mario Kart,
Yeah,
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
Yep.
Animal
Kart's
Crossing?
Number 7. Animal Crossing is number 13.
Overwatch still on there for some like sales reason?
Overwatch, yeah, it dipped down, but it's down at 14 now.
Okay.
It was 5 last month.
Yeah, it had a huge spike
Wow, what?
because you could get in on the
Yeah,
beta or
if
something.
you had it, yeah.
Yeah.
Is Live Alive on there?
No, it didn't.
Okay.
It didn't make. I think that might have been a little earlier.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty
Okay.
sure it's not on there at all. No.
No.
No. Yeah, I'm trying to blank this time, bud.
How many Call of Duty games do you think are on the list?
Just 2.
2?
3.
3.
Wow.
Call of Duty Vanguard's at number 5. Black Ops Cold War is at 17. Black Ops 3 is at 19.
Black Ops 3?
What?
That's there.
Was that a...
That's old game.
That's
It is.
old game. Real old. There's Black Ops 4.
Right?
That's old game.
That's old.
That's
game.
real old. Is that a 360 game?
No. No.
We're talking
Okay.
about Black
Looking at it
Ops.
real
No,
close to make sure there's not an extra one in there, but that's a 3.
Wow.
I think it was last gen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a sale on Steam for it.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to like
It was
figure out.
previously down at 37 the month before.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why it would suddenly.
Damn.
That's weird.
That is weird, but okay.
Probably some streamer. Honestly.
Maybe,
He's,
yeah,
like,
maybe.
playing it.
Anything else you're curious before I go down the whole list?
Horizon.
Where's Elden Ring?
Elden Ring's just at 2. It just got
Hell
knocked down
yeah.
a peg. It's going to probably go back up. We'll see.
Excellent.
Where is Breath of the Wild?
I don't think it's on the top
35.
20. No top 20 for Breath of the Wild. But yeah, so
Nail us. Do it.
yeah, 20 was Monster Hunter Rise. 19 was Black Ops 3. 18 is Far Cry 6. 17 is Black Ops Cold War. 16 is Switch Sports.
Oh.
15 is Pokemon Legends Arceus. 14 is Overwatch. 13 is Animal Crossing. 12 is Smash Brothers. 11 is Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Still hanging in there really
Nice.
well.
Still hanging.
Yeah. 10 is F122, which actually went up
That's
from last
hardcore.
month. Yeah. 9's Minecraft, of course.
Yes.
8's Digimon Survive. 7 is Mario Kart. 6 is MLB The Show. 5 is Vanguard, Call of Duty Vanguard. 4 is Xenoblade. 3 is Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, still hanging in
I
there.
forgot about that.
Then 2 Elden Ring, and 1 Multiverses.
Crazy.
Really interesting month.
Yeah. Weird.
It's those dog days.
Dog days of summer.
Dog days of summer.
Getting into people's heads, buying Black
Yeah.
Ops 3.
Yeah.
They don't know what's going on.
It's the hot wind.
Yeah.
Speaking of things selling, PlayStation 5 is getting a price hike
Yeah.
everywhere but here.
Pretty much, yeah.
Boo.
All around the world.
Boo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Due to global economic environment, including high inflation rates. Let me read this for everybody. Coming from, I think this is Jim Ryan. Yeah.
Classic Jim Ryan.
Terrible move.
The global economic environment is a challenge that many of you around the world are no doubt experiencing.
Yeah, so we're raise the price on you. Cool.
We're seeing high global inflation rates as well as adverse currency trends impacting consumers and creating pressure on many industries. And so that's why I think maybe one of the factors with the U.S. not being affected is like the U.S. is sort of like their baseline.
Yeah, this
and then
is
how the currencies match up to the
Yeah.
dollar or whatever. Based on these challenging economic conditions, SIE has made the difficult decision to increase the recommended retail price of PlayStation 5 in select markets, which is everywhere but here, so I don't understand the select markets, across Europe, Middle East, and Africa, Asia Pacific, Latin America, as well as Canada. There will be no price increase in the United States. While this price increase is a necessity given the current global economic environment and its impact on SIE's business, our top priority continues to be improving PS5 supply situation so that as many players as possible can experience everything that the PS5 offers and what's still to come. Thank you for your continued support.
Terrible move.
two things. Game fan, Brad talking here, who loves video games. Don't like this. This sucks. I feel bad for everyone that's going to have to pay more. That sucks. Business Brad. Makes sense. People are probably going to buy these anyways. It doesn't even matter if we're going to charge the price. If we're selling everything that we're putting out, it does not matter, and we're going to make more money for now.
Yeah, they'll sell out. They'll sell out.
Probably for now.
Sell out literally
Because, and they're
figuratively.
doing, a lot of their things are like bundles now.
Right.
Like they're always,
Yeah, the Horizon
and like
bundle, yeah.
GameSpot or Stop only sells like bundles now and stuff like that. I wish they gave you something extra, you know,
Right,
like something
sure.
digital, maybe
Throw something in.
something
Yeah, because they
like even like $20 on PSN or something.
or maybe like a warning, like a notice, like yo, you better buy your PlayStation now because the price is going up. You know, kind of like Nintendo does with
well,
like
they did say this is
discontinuing
going to take
things.
effect in a couple of like. It depends on where the region. Like,
Okay.
the regions aren't all going like right away.
Okay.
But I'm trying to see
mean,
if it
it's
says
impossible to get
in this
one,
in this note. No, no, you're right. The PlayStation blog doesn't really say when it's happening, but I saw it somewhere. But
It's just a bad look to me
Yeah.
because you know, Microsoft keeps playing into the value with Game Pass and everything, and then now, you know, Sony with their $70 Last of Us, and then their
yeah,
you know, they're just expensive, $70 for Returnal. They're big expensive games. Now raising the price again, it's just like shaping their image.
Right.
I feel like.
yeah. GamesIndustry.biz actually noted the difference because like the PlayStation blog just put the new prices without saying the price difference. So Europe, it's going up 50 euros. UK is going up 30 pounds. Japan's going up 5,000 yens, which is about the same there. China plus 400 RMB. Australia $50. Mexico 1,000 pesos. And then Canada is up $20. And so, yeah. But people have been, I was looking at like Matt Pescatella and Daniel Ahmad and stuff, and they're saying like, again, one of the reasons not to do it here is that competition with Xbox.
Yes, yes,
so,
they
like,
they
the
do
most
not want to
competitive
lose
market they
ground
have.
here at all. Because like they're gonna sweep them in Japan. They usually sweep them in Europe. Usually, so like yeah, this is the main battleground.
And
Yeah.
then didn't Xbox like put out a thing that was
Yeah.
just like, we have no
The
plans
classic
to-
used game
yeah,
kind of
the
thing,
used
right?
game, like they struck back with like, we have no plans to raise the price.
Well, yeah, it wasn't really a strike back. It was just like everybody just called Microsoft and was like, "Hey, are you
Yeah.
going to do this
Got
too?"
it.
And so to me, like, it's a weird PR thing because I feel like in a lot of these situations, it's like if you haven't announced it yet,
Yeah,
then
it
no,
just-
there's no quote unquote no.
Yeah,
plans
that doesn't mean they
until
won't
the
do
moment
it.
you do announce it.
Yeah, exactly. They can afford to take the hit more than Sony though by keeping that They can afford to lose more money.
Oh,
is what
sure,
I'm
sure.
saying.
No,
what?
is this unprecedented? Has
It
a
is not
console ever
unprecedented.
raised a price before like
Here's
this? Yeah, I'd
crazy
love to
things
know.
that I didn't know about.
Yeah.
Well, we did know about the Quest 2 got that $100 price increase
Right.
Yeah, just the other
just a
day.
couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that's $100.
God.
Yeah. Games Industry.biz noted that in 2009, Nintendo raised the trade price for the Wii in the UK following the depreciation of the pound.
Interesting.
And
Wow.
then,
So because the currency got worse.
right.
Wow.
And then the Switch still hasn't dropped. It got the OLED, which some
hasn't,
people
yeah.
are now saying is like, yeah, this is basically the same thing, like in a stealth way. It's like, oh, we're going to give you a new
Yeah.
system.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little bit pricier because of that screen, but really it's probably because of everything else in there too.
Yeah.
That's so smart. You're
Because the
totally
hardware
right.
and it's like the same as like a lot of the Switch, I assume, or
Right.
power wise, I
Yeah,
guess.
I mean, they did, some redesigns all
Yeah.
around, but
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure,
but
like there's a
probably
better.
it's not playing the
Make it
games
cheaper.
better or anything like
Right.
that.
Such better optics though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah, this is not good optics at all.
Terrible, the worst
Yeah,
possible.
this is bad. But I wonder if it'll matter at a
Right.
point.
Well, like as you said, Brad, like there's no systems on shelves anywhere. Like I was in Target
even
the other
find
day. It's like there's Switches, there's Xbox Series S.
yeah, I've seen S's. I've seen a couple X's, but I've
you
never.
seen X's? I have not seen
I've
an X in
never
the
seen a
wild.
PS5 ever,
Right.
ever.
Yeah. And then
The only way I could get the X was to get that weird Halo one.
Yeah.
Right. Ampere Analysis estimates Sony sold 21 million PS5s globally, compared to 13.8 million Xbox Series X and S
Yeah.
units.
Do they who control the chips just control the world right now? Like, are they just sitting? Because like Moog synthesizers went up in
Right.
price too. Because like nobody can get these chips.
Right.
And like,
Well, and
so do they just have a gun to the world's head? They
in
can
our
just charge
Discord-
whatever they want.
in our Discord, somebody had noted that like shipping containers have like huge,
Oh yeah,
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 like,
yeah.
multiple.
Yeah, people are paying. They're paying a lot more
Yeah,
for
yeah.
that now.
To like ship, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
yeah,
just to
yeah.
get the just the metal container,
Yeah,
So
that's wild.
Yeah. I wonder if we're gonna get a redesign anytime soon. Maybe to make it smaller, make things cheaper. Maybe
yeah,
the
cheaper
manufacturing of it.
components.
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah.
that's one of the difficulties. Is like, well, if you already have an assembly line and everything's sort of stretched out, it's like you can't really make another SKU and like switch everything over, that easily.
Unless they've been planning for it for a while.
Yeah, like you really like
Which
there's
they,
a lot
I
of
assume they
logistics to
have.
make it work.
Yeah.
Well, and it'll cut real weird if the new one, the Slim or whatever, costs $100 less, but it's really, or it costs less, but it's really just what it used to cost. You know,
Right.
so it's like not a discount.
And I think they're still eating like there's the digital version.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's still
They're eating.
losing money
Yeah.
per unit.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why does that one lose money?
It's $100 cheaper. But
And the
that's
disk
all.
drive's probably not that
Oh,
much.
yeah.
Yeah, the disk drive is like nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
I forgot it was
that disk
cheaper.
drive is
Yeah.
like $3. Come on.
Yeah.
I have the digital one, and I forgot it was $100 cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how long this will last. If
Yeah,
or
that's the
what
weird
they're
thing,
gonna
right?
do.
It's like usually this is when you start seeing the first like $50 price cut.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's depressing.
so weird.
But like, yeah, I mean, Switch never got a price cut, and it's like maybe
5
those days
years.
are over for a while. I don't know.
It's a bummer.
I
Yeah.
mean, we'll have to get there eventually, but it's like, will the first price cut? just
Will
be
we?
back-
Switch is still the same, right?
Yeah, I kind of think that because supply has been so wonky that it won't like you price cut when you have inventory.
Yeah,
Like they don't have
Yeah.
inventory, so
The
they'll never
demand.
price cut.
the demand, and they don't have the supply.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, think about stores. Like, remember all the years you'd walk into a store and you'd see just like just a mound of
PS2s.
consoles.
Yeah, dude. Like Black Friday, Call of Duty bundle. Just
Yeah.
Even like the hotly contested ones were available eventually. Like the Wii, eventually you could just walk in and get them.
yeah.
Right.
Did you have numbers on there? Total PS5 sales? Did you say that?
Total PS5
Yeah.
sales is 21 million. So
21
far.
mil. 21 mil.
You said Xbox was like 13?
Yeah.
It's pretty big.
So it's about
lead.
2/3.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
And then a funny quote going from Daniel Ahmad earlier today. This is actually a good move, and they're saving you money.
Yes.
For
I'm
example,
sure.
I was originally going to buy a PS5 for €499, but now I'm not buying a PS5 at all.
They're saving you money. That's
Yeah.
true.
There you go.
There you go.
Makes the decision easy. Yeah, think
you
about
go.
all those fringe cases who were maybe saving up or trying to get a PS5. This happens. I'm going to get an Xbox. You know?
Yeah, and it's like if there's no game out that you want to play on it yet,
Yeah.
you're fine. Like, God of War's coming out on PS4 still.
Yeah.
God's sakes.
Yeah.
It's like if you're desperate, you can still play it on
Oh,
your
sure.
PS4
Yeah.
For sure.
until we start getting like Spider-Man 2 maybe or whatever.
Bradley Spies, I forget which is
Bees, I think. Yeah.
Spies.
He'll correct you.
The old Spies. They say that they think Microsoft had said around launch that they don't anticipate a price cut this gen because there are fewer opportunities to save costs due to chips and stuff.
Crazy.
They said that at
Not at all this
launch.
gen.
Damn.
So maybe don't wait for that price cut.
Yeah.
If you want one, maybe get one.
Yeah. Yeah, at this point, the only thing you're really waiting for is just a new version, a Slim or a Pro
Yeah.
or whatever
Yeah,
the
yeah,
heck
yeah.
that even is.
And who knows
in
when
this
that'll
generation.
come out.
Yeah.
Not
right
to
now,
mention
you're
if-
just waiting to get a damn
Yes.
unit.
Yeah.
Not to mention that so many times in the past, like with the PS3, like the system just got worse
Yes.
over time. Every time
We're
they did
taking
that.
out PS2
Yeah,
backwards
the emotion
compatibility.
chip is
Oh
gone.
my
or whatever
God,
it's called.
Yeah.
Wild.
Like really janky, like plastic one with the,
slide cover.
Oh, that's
Yeah, it was ugly.
Yeah.
That PS3 Slim like that too. They had like a slide thing, I think.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Okay, I was thinking like a PS2
Or
one.
you just slid
The
it
grill,
over
yeah,
and,
it was
like,
the
dropped
George
disc
Foreman
on.
grill.
Jank
Yeah, it's
City,
gross.
dude.
Gross.
Yeah.
Stop that.
Also this week, Destiny 2 had a big update.
Yeah.
Destiny 2 Lightfall, the next expansion, and penultimate chapter of Destiny 2's Light and Darkness saga. The
Whoa.
first but not last major saga that Guardian started in the original Destiny releases
Whoa.
February 28, 2023.
That's some Kingdom Hearts language right there.
Yeah, Light and Darkness for sure.
Light and
Yeah,
Darkness
what is that all
saga.
about here? Somebody that
Bro,
like, appreciates
come on.
Destiny gameplay
Come
but does
on.
not.
Yeah.
This is like
Come
the
on.
This,
Explain
it's
Destiny
like
lore. to
Infinity
me.
Come on.
War Endgame.
Make sure it's correct.
MCU.
No. I follow the basics.
Okay.
That is it. There's a thing where it's like the newest thing I heard was that I retained was like maybe the darkness are the good guys.
Wow. Wow, storytelling.
Yeah.
Writing.
No, but I will say the lead up into the newest expansion, Witch Queen, the season of storytelling there, the storytelling has improved
Good.
over the years. I think it's still
Good.
so hardcore to get into. There's still so much to wrap your head
Yeah,
around.
you don't have to read like Grimoire cards offline, like on website, do you still?
No, they have the built-in
Okay.
lore. Yeah, you can like unlock.
job.
Yeah, you unlock a lot of lore.
did
There's
it.
still a lot of like text and stuff for all that stuff. but-
I'm pretty sure I walked in on Huber reading the Grimoire.
Of course he probably was. Yeah, this guy reads like Wikipedia like every 3 hours for something.
Yeah, he hit his phone like he was looking at something naughty.
oh my god.
Destiny lore. Oh God.
Oh God! Hey, it's not what it looks like.
It's Elden Ring lore, I swear.
I'm reading gun names. It's fine.
Along with that, they made a bunch of other like more minor announcements, but couple I wanted to highlight.
Yeah.
At the expansions, Shadowkeep, Beyond Light, and Witch Queen are free to play on all platforms for a week
Sweet.
right now. And
Grind
then,
through that in a week. Wow.
Yeah, geez.
they are now on the Epic Game Store, as well as crossing over content with Fortnite and Fall Guys.
Yo.
As
Yeah,
well
it's
as
out there.
Fortnite-themed ornaments in Destiny 2.
The Fortnite armor in Destiny looks really, really cool. And then I also saw a creative mode in Fortnite. Everyone was using Destiny skins and they were playing Control. the
Oh, the
multiplayer control.
That's fun.
Capturing the points, like using super. It looked crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah, it looked awesome.
Dude, I want to hop back in, man.
To Destiny,
Yeah.
hop in.
Yeah, no, I was watching that trailer. I was like, man, this is like one of those things. Like, I would totally
Well,
be into this. If I
What's
just
the
got
hook
into
this
it.
time?
Yeah.
What's the new selling point for this?
Well, that's what I was like wondering if you.
I only saw the trailer.
The selling point
Yeah.
seems to be like this penultimate campaign
Yeah.
from the way that they wrote
Okay.
about it. So.
I dipped out right after I finished Witch Queen. I didn't do like the post expansion seasonal story stuff.
Got it.
So I'm out of the loop with the current storyline.
Kind of
So-
crazy that they're ending the light storyline, though.
Right.
Like, that's been the story since the beginning of Destiny.
Yeah.
Like, the Traveler, Light and Dark, like, blah, blah, blah. That's kind of big.
Yeah, it's exciting.
It's the
knowing,
MCU.
yeah, it's exciting knowing that like the end is coming.
yeah.
yeah.
Well, something very big is going to
Yeah.
change rather than
Like
And
Xehanort.
yeah, that it'll have a payoff.
Dark
Yeah.
Seeker Saga, yeah.
It's not just going to keep going forever as the same thing.
Totally.
It'll keep going
It'll
forever
keep
as slightly different things.
Exactly. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I hope they had ship combat one day.
That would be so good. Or flying
Yeah.
your ship at all would be pretty
Yeah, or flying your ship at all. Yes.
Good point. Good point.
Great point. Great point.
My goodness, yeah. That'd be sick.
Journey is now in Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Weird.
This is a crossover I could not have seen coming.
This is very confusing.
They've had weird
very
crossovers,
confusing.
I guess, though.
Yeah.
But this is a little more weird, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, Journey's like passive game. Like we're gonna be like stabbing people in here now.
Yeah.
As-
This is a new area called the Tunnels.
Well, you play as a Maria. I think
still-
from what
yeah,
I
you're still the
say.
same character.
I think her name's
Oh,
Maria.
You're still the same
I thought you were
character.
playing.
No.
You do get like a scarf item and stuff. They talked about that.
Cool.
Yeah, so the Tunnels is a new location inspired by the stunning, somber
Miriam.
environments
Miriam,
that
that's it.
resonated with Journey fans worldwide. Rising tapestries, a rich desert background, and other iconic design motifs lend Bloodstained a more contemplative, labyrinthine mood.
This game's so weird, the crossovers they've had.
Yeah.
Blasphemous. They had Child of Light, I think. They
Yes,
announced.
I
Yeah.
remember, yeah.
And now Journey. It's like, what is this game? I want Bloodstained 2. That's what I want.
Hey, Kirsten.
I mean, the way they
Curse the Moon?
keep putting content in it, I think
Yeah.
they probably will give us a Bloodstained 2
Hopefully.
eventually.
Yeah, hopefully.
Think we'll get Curse of the Moon 3?
No, not for a little bit. I don't think so.
Word.
PSVR 2 is confirmed for early 2023.
Nice.
Yeah. Weird. They kind of like released that earlier on like different PlayStation.
Yeah, I saw it in like French first or
Yeah,
something
like
that.
tweets or whatever.
You can get the PS5 and PSVR bundle for a cool like $1,200. Something insane.
Probably.
Both Project Cars and Project Cars 2 will be delisted in September or October due to expiring car and track licenses. We've talked about this before with Forza and Gran Turismo.
Such a bummer.
Car games must sell, like, they sell crazy well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, they're not passive income generators after 3 years.
Tell that to
They
Gran
delist
Turismo.
them.
Well, they'll still be
It's
playable.
interesting.
They're still going to have the multiplayer service and stuff. You're just not going to be able to buy them because that's the way
Yeah.
their licenses work. They don't want people looking at their old cars anymore, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is so funny because, like, classic cars
Yeah.
are such a thing. It's just like, okay.
Yeah. It's a weird world, that car licensing. There's an update on the KOTOR remake news. Remember
right,
how they were like they
yes.
showed it off and then they're like, all right, we're shutting you down.
They like fired 2 people or something.
Right. So according to Bloomberg, it has moved out of Aspire's hands entirely.
Yep.
And is now being handled by Saber Interactive. A team in Eastern Europe is going to be developing it now.
I think
Saber, yeah.
their original time they wanted to release that was this year in
Right.
2022.
Yeah, it sounds like it's still a couple years
This
off.
game's going to be like 2025.
2025.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or more. If they're remaking the game, probably.
Well, I think they're not starting from scratch with it, but yeah.
Blood, if they had to fire people when they showed this game off, it was probably
Yeah.
pretty bad.
World War Z and Evil Dead the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
The next PlayStation franchises to attract movie producers are Days Gone and Gravity Rush. Meanwhile, Sega is working with Picture Start to make films based on Space Channel 5 and Comic Zone.
All right.
Comic
Yeah.
Zone, what a pull.
That's cool. That's one of the hardest games ever, right, dude? So every time I dip back into Comic Zone, you know, oh, I'll play this as a kid. I'll crush it now. Get crushed. Comic Zone.
Yeah.
I feel like Ryan Reynolds or Will Ferrell will be in Comic Zones.
Right.
Oh my gosh, Ryan Reynolds is the perfect pick.
For
That
Comic
is
Zone?
hilarious.
Yeah.
Who will be Ooh La La though?
Oh,
the
great
Space
question.
Channel?
Yeah,
Margot Robbie?
that could
Ana
work.
de Armas.
What?
Maybe.
Ana de Armas.
Oh, I thought you said Omar.
Oh,
Yeah, I was like, Omar.
Omar
No,
de
no,
Armas.
no.
I'm looking at pictures of Ooh La La to see what who would.
Ooh la la.
Ooh
Ooh
La
la la.
Oh, here's a bad one. Anti-piracy developer Denuvo is now offering anti-emulation technology for Switch games. The Nintendo Switch emulator protection will run checks into a title's code to stop gameplay on emulators. The software maker said that it will not impact gameplay for users, which we all know Denuvo every time.
Yeah, it's,
People complain about that DRM on PC games.
yeah, it's not going to work out good.
Wow. That's offensive.
Very cool. Very cool.
I'll be real curious to see the first Switch game where somebody like takes it and cracks it and sees just how much better it would run without
Oh,
the DRM.
yeah.
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 Oh, yeah. And for like a high profile game or something,
Yeah.
too.
Right.
It's like, Breath of the Wild 2.
Because they did that with Village, like the PC
Yeah,
version of
yeah.
Village,
They
right?
fixed
Yeah.
a lot of the frame rate and stuff.
Like,
should-
Denuvo says like, no, it's not going to cause any problems, and then they
Sure
took
did.
it out, and like, yeah, it runs a lot better.
It's just like really, are emulators and mods hurting anyone? Like you get these passionate people working on the things they want to work on, like HD projects and stuff. Really, how many people are playing that at the expense of not buying the original? Like it's probably such a drop in the bucket.
For things like Resident Evil, I bet there's piracy that they would see.
Oh,
a
there's
drop,
piracy
but-
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I mean,
Yeah.
So like
I've
emulators.
remember-
I just
you know,
think,
I
I think
think-
I'm thinking of like classic.
Yeah, like
stuff,
old
but-
school games. Yeah.
oh, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I think anti-piracy techniques are like needed and stuff, of
Yes.
course, but it's
Yeah.
just Denuvo. It just feels
Been
like
doing a bad job.
Not a good
shady,
reputation on
yeah,
that stuff.
yeah. Questionable past with DRM.
Ubisoft is not working on a Blade game.
Okay.
Apparently, there was a rumor. I only
Yeah.
saw the correction.
Yeah,
to the
they
rumor.
said themselves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friend that's a dev, that's what they want to make the most. Blade.
Star Wars Jedi Battle Scars is a novel that takes place between Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Star Wars Jedi Survivor. So we're doing that now. The book arrives on March 7th.
Yeah. I'll read it.
The in-between of the in-between.
Well, I like that it's coming out before.
Sure.
Sometimes the in-between will come out after the game, and it's like, well, I played this. Like, I don't need to go back. So that's cool. That's
Bloodworth, everything's in between in Star Wars.
That's what I mean. It's just so
Yeah,
funny.
it's just business as usual. There's
Just
like
like
books. There's
fine.
been books connecting the movies for a long time.
It's like Obi-Wan took a nap that afternoon. It's like, what did he do during the nap?
Yeah, exactly.
Make a book. Get a comic out there.
Yeah, him like
Wait,
decorating
what
his
the
house.
heck? Breaking news here, Hubie.
Oh, no.
Someone in chat, Tujuenji, just said that they watched Back to the Future 2 on Netflix and Netflix edited out the ooh la la part.
What?
Oh,
and I'm
gosh.
reading an article about it right now. And I mean, I don't know if they fixed it, but like, they edited it out.
That is
So weird.
so weird.
ridiculous.
And it's just a red frame? It just
It's a red
cuts to
frame.
red. It just cuts to. That's
boy.
it. Sorry, I'm derailing.
yeah,
but that's
no,
insane.
that's offensive. That's offensive. I'm offended. Classic film, don't mess with it.
It's a PG. It's PG.
Yeah.
It doesn't even show
It's a
anything.
family movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Good lord.
All right. Finally, Huber.
Makes out with his mom.
Arcade Paradise got
He
an
makes
update.
out with his mom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to talk to my friend Bob about this.
Arcade Paradise got an update that allows you to throw away that soda can. How quickly you throw it away.
Wait, you couldn't throw away a soda can?
PC only, not on consoles yet.
It's not on console?
Ooh.
So it's testing. I follow their Twitter account now religiously. They're like, yo, PC patches out.
Please describe this.
Yeah,
for the
please
audience.
elaborate.
What, the game?
No, the code,
Oh, the
the
soda
soda
can.
can.
Okay. There's so you run a laundromat / arcade, and every day when you get into work, there's trash everywhere that you
Right.
got to pick up because devs love trash, and they love when we pick it up. And
So true.
you pick up the trash, but then there was this crunched soda can. It's random spawns for the trash, but there was this crunched up soda can on a little railing. Couldn't pick it up. Couldn't just try.
It just was
every
stuck?
angle. Like it wouldn't proc. It wouldn't trigger to like be able to get it because it usually highlights and then you can grab it. So I was just like,
That's such it seems like such a minor thing, but that's actually probably a very big deal.
yeah. So but they fixed it right away, and they said just because the console patches take longer because they have to
they have to go through
all the certification
garbage,
and all that. So they fixed it. It's coming. So hyped. One of my favorite games this year.
Chat, when that happens, clip it. You gotta see that reaction live. It's time for Love and Respect. Love and Respect.
Respect. I went flat. Sorry, everyone.
New Middle Ricky asks, it's the night before Saints Row's release. To kill the time waiting, you fire up YouTube only to be recommended a skill-up video titled, Saints Row is Terrible, Review. This is immediately followed by a wave of similar titles and thumbnails all echoing the same sentiment. Clearly a consensus has been formed and a verdict has been rendered a full 12 hours before you've had the chance to install. Last week, it was She-Hulk. This week, it's Saints Row, and now we can all look forward to next week's inevitable tirade of abuse hurled towards The Last of Us. I was wondering, how do the Allies cope with the sea of negativity these days surrounding our beloved hobbies? Is it even possible to drown out the noise and unbiasedly form your own opinion on a game when your subconscious is already so heavily polluted? All the best from Scotland. And P.S. Many thanks for your ambiguously titled impressions video. Looking forward to watch once I beat the game.
Nice. Yeah, we get games early sometimes, so we can kind of, approach it when there's no noise because there's embargoes. No one's really talking about it. But I've thought about this all the time, the general consensus of something when it comes out, just these snap judgments, and it's tough because, it's nothing new, but it's like the headlines drive it and the thumbnails and the bullet points are the takeaways. Like, oh, it's terrible, buggy, blah, blah, blah. But like, there's so much more to these conversations that need to be had. Like, how does it play over the whole thing? Like, taking a deep dive review versus like,
Right.
the tweets and all that. Because there's just so much out there. It's overwhelming. I get overwhelmed like when I am not reviewing a game and then the opinions of it come out and it's like, well, is it good? Is it, it messes with me for sure. To answer your question, it really messes with me. So I try to just, if I'm super, super invested in something, I will try to go media blackout to avoid those opinions because I want to make it my own opinion,
Yeah.
Oh, I usually just don't even look at any other thing, like anyone's opinions. Like, as I've gotten older, I really don't care what a lot of other people think about stuff now. As long as I enjoy something or whatever, I usually don't care about the noise as much. Like, obviously you see it because it's there, but it doesn't really bother me or influence me too much. Like, obviously you get an opinion and it's in your brain of what someone thinks about it, but it's like,
Yeah.
whatever. If I'm interested in something, I will usually check out gameplay of it, just raw gameplay myself, and just see it and go from there. But yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Well, like one of the reasons I don't get into like a lot of the movie conversations around is because like it's sort of because of that. It's like I might have been fine with a movie, and then, like we get it, we start talking about it, and it's like oh, we're just tearing this apart now, I guess.
Yeah, like context is so key and nuance, and it's just like so hard to read that on Twitter. Like it's kind of lost in today's pop culture discussions.
Well, not only that, it's always so hard to parse. Like, okay, is this game just bad, or is there like some other reason people hate this thing? You know, and like how dumb is that reason?
Right. Yeah, that's always a weird thing too. Yeah. And in Saints Row, it's. Obviously, like I'm coming from a perspective of someone that didn't pay $60 or $70 for it, right? But it's like, it just, the time that we played it the other night, it's like, this is just like a whatever screw around game. Like, yeah, it's fun to screw around. Yeah. I'm not expecting to be emotionally
I'm not
moved
expecting
by Saints Row.
GTA. Yeah.
But I guess at the same time, if I had gone through some of that story stuff that you're talking about and just like enduring some of those jokes and like, I don't know.
Yeah, I heard this game has a lot of technical problems.
See, which is so funny.
But
See?
I've only played for an hour though. I've played for like an hour.
I was gonna talk about this. That's the best example of this. That's the narrative, right?
Yeah.
So buggy, it's broken. Played this thing like 15 hours, and I had like 1 or 2 issues, and then on the
It's
stream,
the worst thing.
right? And it's like I'm not seeing that stuff. I'm not seeing the bugs, and it's like then on the flip side, a game can be perfect, and it's like, yo, I encountered a bunch of bugs in this, so it's like it's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, bugs are always like, and you know, you're like, Brad, like I'll even challenge you on a review. Like, okay, we're talking about these bugs, but
Yes.
you know, like how much is it happening? You know, and then like with I'm Easy, it's like, okay, here's this and this and this. Like,
Yeah, here's like
this
4
is a recurring
examples
problem.
of it. Yeah.
For sure, we're gonna bring this up.
Yeah.
But if it's like a game crashes on you
Once,
especially
yeah.
on PC, when like any other application can just like get in the way and be stupid in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was bummed we didn't see any of the placeholder text stuff that I saw floating around in Saints Row. That stuff's
Dude, I wouldn't have known if that was a bug or part of the game.
Right.
Because I don't know what the game is. I'm like, this
Right.
game's wacky and insane and ha 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 everything. So I wouldn't know if they're just making a joke or not.
Right.
It's also funny to me to get, like, obviously, like, cyberpunk level of problems where it's like, oh my god, this is not,
Those are hilarious.
like, that's ridiculous.
I
But,
loved
like,
it.
a lot of these games, like, a lot of the stuff, you know, it's going to get patched, like, in a week. So,
Yeah. Well, and that's another thing that can
Sometimes
be
Life is
difficult.
Strange.
Sometimes.
Yeah, Life is Strange has been months. That
Yeah.
True,
remaster.
yeah, true.
But that's another thing when you're reviewing, it can be really difficult because it's like, here's a note, it's like, oh yeah, day 1 patch is gonna fix this and this and this and this and this and
Yeah.
this, and like sometimes, I forget what game it was, but there was one, I think it was Chorus.
I was just going to say,
Can
can we talk
remember
about
this.
that one Damiani was
Yeah, Damiani.
decided just to wait?
Yeah, he was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna worry about trying to play this because it's like it just felt like there was such a huge update that it was not worth trying to give a critical opinion on that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish we
before
could
that patch was
remember the specifics because, like, the note they sent was literally just like, it basically boiled down to like, this will be an entirely different game in 6 days.
I think too what really bums me out is like the line drawn in the sand for a lot of these games where it has to be like us versus them. Like, yo, this game sucks. Yo, you're just super negative. Like, take it for what it is. Like, you know, and just that back and forth of like, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. Like, this game's good. No, it sucks. Oh, you're just negative. Oh, you're just overly positive and forgiving. And it's just like, let's just talk about the nuance of the game. Maybe it's good and bad, both at the same time.
Yeah,
You know what?
absolutely.
Crazy
I mean,
concept.
that's cyberpunk for you, right?
Yeah,
You know?
swimming in sevens.
Like extremely good
Extremely.
side quests in
Yeah.
that game. You know,
But then,
and then the
It's
open
so
world is
good.
like, what the crap's going on?
buggy
Yeah.
launch. Yeah,
You know what sentiment perfectly fits that, Huber? It's fine.
it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's one of your.
I get the idea.
Oh, it's one of my all-time
Most people don't
favorites from
care
you,
about
Iowa.
having a
Yeah, it's
conversation
fine.
though about like
It's
that.
fine.
Right.
Most people don't care about that.
Yeah, exactly.
People like to talk shit or just, you know, hop on something or enjoy just something like not everyone wants to have an in-depth conversation about
sure.
everything. And
For
that's
sure.
that's fucking Twitter, you know?
Yeah.
Here's your 180 characters or whatever it is.
I think the other thing that annoys me too is like you're saying is like when you decide whether you're going to like cover a game or not, you know, and put that time in, you don't know what the heck you're gonna get. You don't know how good or bad. Like you might have some indication, you know.
Yeah.
But and then people are like, well, why did you waste your time on that? And like because it's not a great game. And like, well, because we didn't know it was not
Committed
a great
to
game.
it. It's called commitment.
We put the time
If it
into
looks
Yeah.
interesting to me in some way,
and it's
wanna
worth
cover it.
It's absolutely worth telling people if it's not a great game
Yeah.
or if it has value or whatever, especially when something's like as big as Saints Row.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. Like this is the reboot.
when I reviewed Sonic Boom, I didn't review Sonic Boom because I like loved Sonic Boom or because I wanted to necessarily trash it or anything like that. But it's
Yeah.
just like you're putting out this product that is like one of the biggest franchises in video
Yeah.
games, and it's a piece of garbage. Even if I'm saying the same thing a bunch of other people did, like you've got to tell that because like grandmas and dads and everything else
Sure.
like, need to know that hey, not this one.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
I also wonder if if refunds were easier to get on stuff like Sony and stuff like, if it would alleviate some of this, because I definitely get being mad if you paid 50, 60, 70 bucks for a game that turned out to be like Saints Row or whatever, and being annoyed by that, I think that maybe is a smaller fraction of the vocal negativity. But
I would say don't pre-order games.
Yeah, don't pre-order games.
Don't do that.
But I mean,
if you're worried.
Back around to what the point of the question is, though, is the idea is you don't even have the chance to form your opinion.
Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes is one of my least favorite things in society for entertainment, dude.
Right.
I cannot handle, especially when it comes to TV shows where they're certified fresh. Yeah, the show's over in 3 months. What are you talking about, dude? What, you based your entire review on the first 2 episodes, and now this show?
They usually get to watch 4, I think.
Get out of my face with Rotten Tomatoes. And everyone is on a different review scale. Mm-hmm. But it all gets thrown into the Rotten Tomato meter, so it's does, I always think of a movie can get all 2.5s out of 4s versus another movie that gets a shit ton of 4s, but then also maybe some 1s or 2s, and it's just it doesn't add up to me.
Sure.
Just the tomato meter. I've never liked it.
Yeah, because it's just pass fail basically.
Yeah, I think it's so flawed. And it's such ammunition for the internet. They use it to argue so many points about the quality of a movie or a show.
That's why I like our phrase, or your phrase that you coined, swimming in sevens, because it's it gives a value to, because I think there's a narrative in the internet that a 7 is just trash.
Yeah,
worthless
That's
garbage.
where it began. Yeah,
Because it's equated to a C, I guess.
Yeah,
but it's
sevens rule.
There could be some really good stuff in a 7.
7s to me are good games.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think that's one of the things is like you're saying is okay, maybe this doesn't have the budget. Maybe this doesn't have the voice acting. Maybe this, maybe there's some technical weirdness going on, but you're still having fun.
Yeah.
You still,
It missed the mark, but the mark was ambitious.
Yes. Took a swing, you missed it, but you took a big swing.
Yeah, and I love that.
Yeah.
From Diego Cobos. Hello, allies. I recently began a rewatch of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, which gave me an itch to go back and play the Lego game released a while back. This was one of, if not the first, Lego games with full-on voice acting. I love this change in the franchise, even if it went away with some of the old humor the games used to have. My question is, are there any old games you would love to see fully voice acted? Not necessarily remade, just with a full voiceover production. If yes, which voice do you envision for one of the characters? I wouldn't necessarily think you have to do the whole thing, but just, if anything comes to mind.
This is cutscene theater,
What
Jones
that's what I was
used to
thinking.
do.
We did a few times at GT where he brought in voice actors to go over old RPG scenes and stuff.
Yeah, I was I'm trying to think of old RPGs with a lot of text or something.
Suikoden and stuff would be really cool.
Yeah.
Also, just any game where it's partially voice acted,
Oh, finish it off.
I would love to just have him go in and finish it off. That's kind of across the board.
I kind of like to see Parasite Eve with voice acting.
The remake.
Yeah.
Or remake.
The unannounced remake.
Or anything.
That is coming one day.
The 10 out of 10 perfect remake.
I'll go Maniac Mansion.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be a fun
That
one.
makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. Just you get over the top.
Yeah.
Over the top game. Just be even more fun with some actors.
What
in there.
about Banjo-Kazooie?
That's a good one. Great one.
I don't know.
That'd be so weird.
Yeah.
It'd be so weird.
But it'd be better than the grunts, yeah.
Would it? Would it?
It has to be.
Who would be Banjo? I know, but who would be Banjo?
I'm going to say GoldenEye.
Oh,
with
yeah,
the
like a
cat.
license
Yeah,
thing?
with the
Yeah.
cat.
With
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
cat.
That's a
Yeah.
great thing, yeah.
Fantastic.
I'm thinking I'm getting really weird, and I'm thinking Oregon Trail.
Nice.
But the whoever died of cholera isn't voiced. But while you're reading that, you just hear a mother crying
my
over
gosh.
the dead body of
That
her
is-
child, or you hear the snake slithering back into the reeds after biting Susanna or whoever.
They keep revamping that game. I haven't kept up, but I'm sure there's
probably-
something in there.
There's probably a super dark audio play version of Oregon Trail. You're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
From Super Sushi, Greetings, allies. I played through Cult of the Lamb last week and had a blast. I named my followers after friends and family and was instantly more invested in keeping them alive and happy. It also got weird when I had to sacrifice my sister to become strong enough to beat the boss. Sorry, sis.
It's hilarious.
That's funny.
This leads me to my question. What games have been enhanced for you by the simple fact that you could name characters after people you love? And did that ever backfire during a playthrough?
Speaking of Oregon Trail,
Yeah,
that
right
was
there.
like the whole thing. Also, XCOM for sure.
Yeah,
XCOM is a
XCOM's a
classic,
great example.
Yep. Any kind of turn-based
XCOM for sure.
strategy, like
Yeah.
Fire Emblem or Tactics Ogre.
Yeah,
or
you can
something
name
like
Oh,
that.
people. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Nuzlocke too. Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon for sure.
Trying to think of what else. Well, we did a little bit of that with Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah. I forgot who I did it kind of recently. I made everyone a character, and I was like, whoever I made Aerith, I was like, well, sorry.
You got any, Huber?
XCOM for sure.
Yeah.
I've never finished an XCOM, but when I played a bunch, I would name them after friends and family. Yeah.
I remember also when I didn't name, but his name was like Socks or something, and he died, and I was just like, Socks! I got really upset about Socks.
Well said.
Yeah.
Now it's time for bets.
I swear it's not intentional.
This week's bet, TMNT, the Cowabunga Collection, is out next week. We
Cowabunga!
playing that arcade game on Group Stream.
Yeah, we are T2 the arcade game.
Well, we're going to play through the arcade game, not the T2. The arcade game is the name of the NES game.
True, just Terminator, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, no. The 2 means that it's the NES game. The arcade game is just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Right.
That's right. Sorry.
We
Thank
forgive you.
Yes.
True Turtles
True
fan.
Turtles fan right here. Here's my Turtles card.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm going to check the top 10 English reviews for that collection on OpenCritic. How many times will I find the word radical? Huber.
2. That was supposed to be ooze canisters down there, like the movie.
Hold it. Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
Oh, the Roman numeral. Got it.
Yeah.
Brad.
I'm upset, but I said 1. We're too
One.
low. I wish we had
I
more.
don't think so.
Isla.
7.
I wish we had a
7.
wider
This
spread.
is supposed to be a
Yeah.
pizza, a hot pizza.
Nice.
Pizza. And I went 4.
Classic.
So
4
if
and
they
7.
go high, we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, we're host.
Classic Bloodworth 4 right
We're
there.
host. Because the 3 ties.
Fitting in radical feels really forced.
It
in the
does
review,
feel
but
very
maybe.
forced.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
The headline counts.
Oh, the
Little blurb box on the
headline.
bottom could count.
Haha, get wrecked.
I didn't know that counted.
What about like subtitles of a picture?
Probably not so much.
Damn it, Bloodworth.
There's like sometimes there's like info boxes that are like not really related to the review or whatever that are just there because of the game. But yeah. Last week's bet, Saints Row's out. I'm going to go to Twitch's category listing. What rank will Saints Row place overall on Twitch? So for instance, GTA 5 was in first place when I wrote the bet. It had 331,000 viewers. Cult of the Lamb had been in 13th place with 38,000 viewers. So for Saints Row, Huber, you bet it would be in 4th place on Twitch
Ambitious.
right now.
Ambitious.
Damiani also
Wow.
bet it would be on 4th place.
Open world, dude.
Yeah,
The Twitch streamers love that.
they do.
Isla said it will be in 6th place. I said it will be in 14th place.
Yeah. Nailed it.
I just
Isla's
counted.
saying 13th right now. I'm refreshing to make sure. I'll double check, but
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, I just messed up.
5,
my
10,
number.
can't,
13.
yeah.
5, 10, 13. 5, 10,
13.
13. 5,
You
10,
got it?
13.
Yeah.
There we go.
Got it. The usual suspects
Got it.
on top.
Wait, it is 14, isn't it? 1, 2,
13.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
What?
14.
What do you...
I mean,
Because the
he-
top, there's
he
an ad.
refreshed it. Just chatting.
There's 5 on each
2,
row.
3, 4,
But the top
5,
has an ad instead of
6,
another thing.
It just
7,
dropped,
8,
actually. It just
9,
dropped.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
It was
just
13,
dropped.
It was
but
in the
just
middle, but it
dropped.
dropped.
When you started and I checked,
It was
at
13.
13, and now it's at
100%.
14.
100%, Isla. Correct.
Yeah, that just happened.
I nailed it.
Nailed it.
It actually went up. Yesterday when I checked it, it was like 84.
Oh, wow.
So big difference there.
Big old difference.
But that brings the scores to Massive Chubs 16, Splish. Malodorous Sea Lions 16.
Take that, Dawn.
Let me tell you about patreon.com/easyallies. Everything that we do here is funded by viewers and listeners like you. We need your support to keep everything rolling. If you are watching this and you're like, hey, it was a good episode, just consider that being, worth $1 or $5 or whatever you think it's worth. Head over to Patreon. Basically, when you pay us, then you pay for this episode for everybody that gets to see it, including people who might not be able to afford it. And then it also goes into our reviews and our other podcasts and impressions and streams, everything that we do. The groceries I bought earlier this week, got some fruit snacks and some waters.
Nice.
And all of that good stuff. But yeah, that's how we are funded, is through you guys. There's no corporate overlord that has some secret stash keeping us afloat or anything like that. It's just from the donations and pledges that we get.
We have not yet been embraced.
We have not been embraced. We do not plan to get embraced. And they probably don't want to embrace us. Who knows?
It would be a bad investment, perhaps, but they pull up a big enough dump truck,
But yeah, when you pledge over at Patreon, there are all kinds of different rewards at different tiers. At the $1 tier, you get this podcast ad-free and with 2 extra love and respect questions. We did a little Splatoon game there, and we had another question after that. And then you also get Fast and Loose, which came out this morning as well.
Yeah.
And some other fun things. And then $5, you get early access. You get to submit to the Love and Respect and to the workout buddies. And there's all kinds of other stuff, including our Discord and exclusives and other things that you can submit to as well. And then if you pitch in and help us out on those top few tiers, you get a shout out in several of our shows. And this month's shout outs go to Jabboabs, El Thanis, Greg, The Dark Knight Kettering, Caleb Toby Crawford, and Anna Croth. Shout out.
Wow.
I nailed that bet. That's fun.
Yeah, he did. Bullseye.
Especially when you guys were all going low. I was like, I don't watch Twitch enough to know where this thing's going to be at. But I got there.
Neither do they. Got him.
So I get to promote any Easy Allies video I'd like to promote. Get the final word on anything I've disagreed with, want to reiterate, or just popped in my head. And I get to sign off with my trademark sign off. We've been doing a lot of Gamescom preview stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which one do I want to throw in there? Pentiment.
Oh, Pentiment, yeah.
Brad got to check that game out.
Yeah, cool game.
It's really like, it kind of speaks to the value of Game Pass in a way.
Yes.
To where like they
Incredible.
got to make
They
this game
said yes.
that people probably wouldn't buy.
Yes.
But might want to check out.
Yep.
So check out that preview. It's really interesting. It's fun art style. There's a shot in there with a dog riding a cat that I put on the thumbnail. It's a good time. Final word. What are we talking about? PS5. Oh, that's Sakurai channel. That's good stuff. I enjoy it. I don't know how often he'll be able to make videos, but yeah, it's cool to have something like that that just really nails it. Comes straight from the minds behind video games, and would love to see more of it. Nintendo, Sony, Capcom, whoever. You don't need a big long-winded dev diary. Just like pick a point, make a point, get it going. And we'll see you before the next Blood Moon Rises.
Yo, sorry. Deus Ex from Villeneuve.
Oh shit.
There you go.
Yeah.
But then it's just Blade Runner again.
The Easy Allies would like to thank our Patreon podcast producers. We apologize in advance for all the ally names we are about to misspell and mispronounce. Jabawabs, Anacroth, Caleb Togi Crawford, L. Thanis, Greg the Dark Knight Kettering, Hesperus 84, Stomps, Bradley Spees, Jay Shee, Jesper Popmel Dufay, Mellow Fellow, Rob Bob Will, Roy Sung, 44 Stars, Alexander Zirianov, Andri, Arvind, Aurelian Grenier, Beaten Down Brian, Benjamin Arp, Brandon White, Brian Kruger, Katie Garza, Crashams, Dale Sun, Danny Vlar, Dave Red, Dimitri Zetas, Discarded Digit, Douglas Chomich, DRD 7 of 14, Edward Gonzalez, Estocal, Faraz Rizvi, Freya Lawson, Garrett Holfish, Gary James, G. Levin, Hayden Hargraves, Happy Gaming, Isaac Swanson, Jesse Blue, Joey Bruno, Kroldemort, Lath, Mango, Marcel Markov, Matthew Holcomb, Matthew Pauling, Miguel Rivas, Mo Grant, Mr. One Luigi, Nathan Watkins, Oni Blackmage, Paul Sway, Pete Shoemaker, Ronka Q, Raylon, Robert Stoffel, Sage Mode Q, Sam Handrick, Sigma, Silent Consonant, S-Snake 24, Stepan Hakobian, Stephen Thomason, T-Beaks 15, The Banana Forklift Killer, Chum Nguyen, Valmar, Walker Hope, Rack, Zigazich, Anish Door, Aaron Haney, Accounts Payable, Adam Henry, Alex Monaco, Alex AI, Alexander Irving, Andreas Risberg, Anthony Galvin, Antonio Coyne, Arthur Lau, Barry Tomasini, Blue, Bob Starling, Brian Foster, Bryce Hornsby, Brittany Fuller, Bunny Chen, C.S. Lewis, Candy Coated Thorns, Chief Uhu, Christian Simniak, Christopher Santis, Clay Roberts, Cody Westley, Colin Montaut, Corey Jackson, Corey Landega, Culinary Stud, Cyberboa, Dan Sebring, Daniel Wong, David Wilson, Delisi, DF, Edison S. Prada Jr., Eric Tobias, Espen Gotchman, Ethereal Ether, Fishflop, Forever Ender, Forrest, Gabriel Aberg, Gabriel Smith, George Alexander, Glenn Olson, Graham, Gustav Strombohm, Hadi Ali, Helen Y, Hitman 47, Isun Chor, Ian Anderson, Ivan Swade, Jack Cullen, Jack Forrest, Jay Aldiar, Jameson Lapine, Jan Nicholas Frogshirt Tealk, JC3, Jeff Zio VGM Easton, Jeffrey Ruchtenwald, Gerald, Jeremy Ferris, Jesse Fish, Jesse Wilkeson, Joey Din, John Gallagher, John McCullough, Jordan Ekman, Jordan Phillips, Jose Gutierrez, Julius Garcia, Junya Motomura, Carl Williams, Kevin Gillet, Leon Keys, Linson Wu, Luis Ibarra, Lion Crown 19, Marco Hernandez, Materia Addict, Matt Ferguson, Matt Karwoski, Matthew Holmes, Mazrim Tame, Megadet, Michael Clendenan, Miguel, Mike Zero, Mikey Mizek Novak, Mr. Anarchy, Mr. Matity, Nefertiti Jenkins, Nicholas Johnson, Nycrypt, Nevi Sun, Orugachino, Pablo Rodriguez, Pojo TMC, RF Switch, Rafa David, Reed Johnson, Richard Ma, Ritz 1906, Salvers, Sam Sorensen, Samuel Copeland, Sean Pavlov, Sebastian Trier, Shauna N. Bowman, Seymour, Sneaky Gato, Splontot, Stovetop Sugar, Strikeout NZ, Soltab, Super 3D Cow, Taffy 9K, Tim Strothman, Tim O'Keefe, TJ Sullivan, Toad Shadow, Toasty Soul, Tokyo Slim, Travis Ing, Trevor Thomas, Trizac, V8 Dave, Volker Bach, Willow Pingree, Wouter DeHaze, Zach Hardy.